Nobody's seen any of that. That was a really bad blunder on my end. I apologize. Yeah, that was bad. That was very bad. Okay, we're back again. This time, I hope people. That was just a teaser stream. That was just a teaser stream. I had to put that stream on because I wanted to see if you guys were paying attention. No, that was really bad. If anyone joined that, I apologize. For some reason, I just didn't know that I turned my chat off. I don't know. I must have misclicked. I don't know how, but there was no chat. I thought it looked weird. This whole setup looked so different. But no, chat's on now. Let's put on all messages. All right, I think we actually got people in here this time around. That was really bad. that was a rookie mistake. I mean, I've never made that mistake before, but I did that time. That was bad on my end. So anyway, how are we all? Whoever's in chat, say what's up. Obviously, the title is stream is all there is to really talk about in MMA right now, and yeah, this is all I could think of for a nice clickbait title for my live stream. So welcome anyone who's in here. What the fuck happened to your previous stream? I accidentally turned my chat off for some reason. I don't know how. I misclicked and there was no chat. And then I went to go check on my laptop, and yeah, the chat was completely fucking shut down for some weird reason. So I restarted my stream because it wouldn't let me open my chat back up unless I restarted my stream, unless I made a new stream, which was annoying, but is what it is. I don't do a stream for like 3 days and I just forget how to fucking do everything, I guess. There you go, Mr. C. The informal spectator. Nice. I like the name change. I think you did it last time I was on stream as well, but it's a good fitting name. I see you everywhere. Sometimes I'll be walking on the street and I go, oh my God, is that Mr. C? But it is not Mr. C. No, it's not. I see you everywhere, Mr. C. All good, mate? How's you? I'm good. Would have been better if I didn't fuck up my stream. But, I'm good all things considered. Can't complain. Weather's not too bad. I mean, your dreams can't. You are. I go to sleep. I see Mr. C in the chat. Well, I reckon eventually after I go live, maybe a couple days in a row, I will just start having dreams about fucking live streaming or something weird. I don't know. I can just imagine, and this sounds really sad, but I can imagine myself having one of those really embarrassing dreams where you go to school or work in your pajamas or some shit. I can imagine myself having a dream about streaming where I'm I don't know, I'm wearing something embarrassing and I stand up and everybody in chat can see it. I can just picture that's going to be in my subconscious in a couple of months' time when I've done this so many times. I can just tell eventually this is going to live in my subconscious. But anyway, hope you've been well. I can't remember when I did a stream last. It might have been Saturday, actually. I think I did a stream on Saturday, right? You're going to cover SBW versus Gallen tomorrow? I might. If I can find a stream, I'll definitely catch it. What happened to other stream? Oh, fuck, man. So I accidentally turned the chat off. I don't know how. I must have misclicked when I was doing the advanced settings. I accidentally turned chat off, and it wouldn't let me do another stream unless It wouldn't let me turn chat on unless I stopped the stream, so that was really annoying. Who wants to just, streaming's not fun if I don't have a chat. I need you guys in the chat to, I don't know, make things interesting. I can't just sit here and talk for no, with no substance. That's just not fun. It's like doing fucking, what's that stand-up? What's that type of stand-up people do? Where it's improv. It's like doing improv. I can't do an improv stream with no messages or no comments. I mean, I could, but it probably wouldn't be as entertaining. Bender Man, Rick Shaw, Ricky Shaw, Richard Shaw, Dick Shaw, Dickie Shaw, Ditchard Shaw, Sick Rashaw. I got so many nicknames. What's your dream UFC fight to watch? Probably Tom Aspinall versus John Jones, to be honest. Or maybe Ngannou versus John Jones. Maybe Ngannou and Tom Aspinall versus John Jones at the same time, actually, would probably be a good fight. Or maybe John Jones versus an actual legitimate attorney general would probably also be nice. Anything that ends in John Jones losing is probably my dream fight, to be honest. Something. What was I going to talk about? Oh, Conor McGregor. Did any of you actually see the Conor McGregor leak? Dude, Tarek Lewis versus Aspinall was up there in fights I would love to see. It'd actually be interesting, to be honest. It'd be interesting. I would worry that, because I don't know. I reckon Tom's got a good chin, but you never know if Derek Lewis lands that big shot. But I reckon Tom would probably run through D. Lewis. But you never know. Like Derek Lewis could just fucking chin him. Like it is a possibility. It's scary. I'd say it was Alexander Pantoja versus Demetrius Johnson. St. Paddy was canonized for driving the snakes out of Ireland. Connor should be canonized for smuggling one back in. Yeah, it's an interesting. It was very interesting when when I seen the picture. It's like, I don't know, might be weird, but like Conor McGregor's dick is just everything I imagined his dick would look like. I don't know. It's just, is it weird that it didn't shock me when his dick pic got leaked? Like, I was more shocked it took this long to get leaked, but like the actual dick itself is just, I don't know, it's exactly how I pictured Conor McGregor's penis to look. I don't know why. Probably the gayest thing I've said on stream, and that's like saying something, but I don't know. Just what I thought when I seen it, I was like, damn, that's definitely Conor McGregor's penis. Like, I don't know, that was just the first thought that popped in my head. Where's the source, mate? The post actually got taken down. The post got taken down. It was what's her name? It was a rapper. He sent it to a rapper. He sent it to Azalea Banks. I don't know why. Conor McGregor just straight sent her a dick pic out of the blue. It even said message request. So like there was no talking beforehand. Conor McGregor just straight just sent her a photo of his schlong, no context. And the first one was a photo of his dick, and it said, what did it say? That he was like, don't rat because rats all get caught. And then he sent another one, and it was a photo of his penis with a fucking weight attached to it, and he was like lifting weights with his dick. It was very weird, very interesting stuff from Conor McGregor. As the kids would say, it was Riz. Conor McGregor's got Riz, guys. Did you see the clip of Chow saying he was looking at it for 2 hours? I did see that. I'm not gonna lie, maybe not 2 hours because that's a bit long, but I was just like looking at him like I was just confused because I didn't notice that there was weights when I first seen it. My three favorite Aussie YouTubers alive right now. Choosing which one to watch is like deciding which parent you live with after a divorce. Yeah, but I'm like the cool stepdad, so you got to stay here. But yeah, it was weird. It was very, very weird from Conor McGregor. But hey, I honestly am surprised it took this long, to be honest. And it was his birthday too. Like, what a great way to celebrate your birthday, He's going to be hanging with all of his friends and family, and they're just going to be talking about how they just seen his dick on Azalea Banks' Twitter account. So, yeah, shout out Conor McGregor. How old are you anyway? Like 15? I'm 24. I'm 24. Do I look 15? Because, I don't know, one day I'll join chat and everyone will say I look like 40. Other days people say I look 15. I don't know what. Do I look younger or do I look older? I don't know. I get sent mixed messages. Every time I go live, I get a different message from guys. I either get told I look really young or I look really old. Conor Schlong pic got leaked during Max Halloween's fight week. Coincidence? I think not. I've seen so many posts of people saying that Ilia Poirier is about to like go leak his own dick now, which is so fucking funny. Well, it depends on the angle. What about like a proper angle like this? Because I get told I look young a lot, but on chat I've been told I look 40 like twice, but it's also been by space-time continuum, and he's a troll. So you don't look a day over 16 and a day under 45. Interesting. I've been told that, I guess. I think it's maybe it's the way I have my hair as well, because I don't do my hair before I come on stream. I don't know. From my angle, it probably looks like I'm balding, but I have a lot of hair to give. This is me doing the JB look. But I prefer to have my hair up like this, so that's probably why the angle probably makes it look like it's thinning. But yeah, you guys excited for Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier? I reckon, I don't know, it was so hard to predict a winner, but I just decided to go with Dustin Poirier because he's already beat him a couple times, and I think he's got the style to still beat any version of Max. He did lose to Islam, but Islam's a great grappler, and he didn't give a bad account of himself against Islam. While Ilia chinned Max. I feel like Max, I don't know if Max is going to come back the same way. Mr. C, did you delete my message? What did you say, Rickshaw? I read the bit where you said about Chael saying he was looking at Conor's cock for 2 hours. I thought that was a... I mean, it was true. Chael son did say that. Are there emo in Australia or not allowed? They're allowed here, but we don't treat them very kindly, unless they're women. Emo women are alright. But emo men, fuck them. We just saw Serrano go 0-3 against Taylor. Now Holloway will do the same. Yeah, I have a feeling. I don't know. I just don't... I feel like Dustin is going to be the exception where he has like a very good performance in his retirement fight. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Dustin's going to get it done. They could rob him, though. I could see a scenario where Dustin should win, but they just rob him because, like, he's retiring. Like, I don't know. I don't typically like when fighters announce they're going to retire. Like, whenever they say they're going to have a retirement fight, I normally pick against them. But Dustin is, like, an exception. I feel like Dustin still has that fight. He hasn't looked particularly washed. I think it will be an all-time fight. I hope so. I wish that they could have given Dustin someone he hasn't fought before for his retirement fight, you know. But Max is still a good dance partner, so I'm not too mad about it. But reminiscent of Hooker versus Poirier, I hope so. That'd be awesome, guys. Don't forget to like the video as well. Don't forget to like this little stream. I feel like this one's not going to do well just because I'm talking about Conor McGregor's dick in the title, but I saw Dustin ask for Ilya. He did ask for Ilya. I would have liked to have seen that, to be honest. I feel like Ilya would have smoked him, but I feel like Dustin would have gave him a tougher fight than Charles stylistically, you know. Just, I don't know. I feel like the guys who are going to give Ilya I feel like Justin Gaethje could give Ilya some problems, but I do think Ilya would just straight chin him pretty easily. But I don't know. Dustin seems like he's still got a chin. Even though he got head kicked by Gaethje, he's still got a solid chin on him. But I think he wouldn't be able to take the power from Ilya probably, but he'd give a good account of himself. But this is at least a winnable retirement fight. Like, imagine his retirement fight is fucking Ilya to Poirier absolutely smoking him out cold. That would just be depressing. But I don't know. I feel like Dustin's going to retire from MMA, but I guarantee you Dustin's going to fight in Zuffa boxing. I guarantee you we're going to see Dustin Poirier have some boxing matches or something like that in between. There's no way he's just going to completely go cold turkey after all this time. He's still in his prime. I think he's just sick of grappling. Have you checked out Dougie's Corner yet? Oh, no, you gotta message me this stuff to check out Dougie's Corner. I didn't check him out. I checked out some other guy you guys told me to check out, but I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, I can't remember. But I got a crazy ratio against... He's going to go roid turkey. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dustin said that, actually. He said he's going to go on the roids, didn't he? Fair play, fair play. He's finally having a boy, you know. He's finally having a boy. All of that pent-up anger about not having a son, now he's going to retire, you know. That's what it's going to take for... That's what it's going to take for Volk to retire. He's going to need a son. Volk's just going to have all that rage from having 4 daughters, you know. You got to give the man a son and then he'll retire. That's probably the agreement Volk's made with his wife. He says, you know, I'm not done until I have a son. Like that's Volk's ultimatum. That's why they keep having kids. Volk's not quitting. You know, he doesn't give up on himself. What was I going to say? I was going to mention something. Well, Benny P, I didn't know that Conor's knob was on the interest until now. Wait, did you actually know about Conor McGregor's dick pic getting leaked? You missed out. You missed out on a lot. Assuming the solicited image was not sent to his fiancée. No, the unsolicited image was sent to Azalea Banks, the rapper, the insane woman on Twitter who's like fucking actually insane. I don't know why, but Conor McGregor just straight sent her a dick pic and it said, I don't know if that's how I'd describe it. Yeah, he sent her a dick pic and he said, don't rat because rats get caught, which is a very interesting way. It's very weird. Out of all the people I thought would leak Conor McGregor's cock, I didn't think it would be Azalea Banks. But I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised it's taken this long for the man to get caught. Who's been engaged longer, Jones or McGregor? Probably McGregor. At least, like, McGregor's been with his misso since, like, fucking 2006. Like, he's been with her for almost 20 years, and his body count is... Fuck knows what Conor McGregor's body count is, but that man has fucked a lot of women while in this relationship, that's for sure. Did you guys see Conor McGregor with that Latina chick, or Brazilian, or whatever she was at the beach? Sad for Dino, honestly. I think they've got an agreement. They've got to have an agreement. I would imagine that Conor is like, you know, talk to her about it. I'm sure it's an open relationship. I can't imagine Conor McGregor's just like, I don't know. You would think Dee would know about all this. You know, she would have if it wasn't like an open relationship, she would have left by now. Surely, I know the money's good and everything, but like, I'd imagine she's got some self respect for herself. So, I'm sure it's like an agreement they've got going, but it's crazy though. It's like fucking hell. Yeah, truth. No, it's still embarrassing for her. Really, yeah, definitely. You know, she's like a female cuck, pretty much. Like, imagine like this is how people treat uh who's that Adam 22 or whatever 24 or whatever his name is. That guy, the fucking guy, let his wife get railed by that big black dude. That's pretty much what D is. She's like there's like Connor getting fucking railing chicks left, right, and center, and everyone just knows about it. You know, it must be very awkward. Adam 22, that's it. Like, D is just female Adam 22 when you think about it. It's very unfortunate. Like, I do feel very bad for her. But the thing is, he's also got like 5 kids to her as well. Like how are his kids going to react to all this in a couple of years' time? A very awkward Christmas gathering, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. Like, once his kids like know what's up, it's going to be such an awkward conversation. Like, his kids are going to like, their ideas of relationships are going to be fucked once they're going to look up their dad one day. Like, I can see little Conor McGregor Jr. looking up his dad. Like, oh, I wonder what my dad's been doing. Looks him up. Sees his dad's cocks out. They're like, I don't know. I'd hate to be a celebrity to that level, especially if I'm like a mess. Adam Fugit 22. Hey, no, I'm not going to say that actually. It's going to come off like a slur. There's a few names I don't like saying. Adam Fugit and Nick Aguirre. I don't like saying their names too quickly. And then, of course, Nikolai Negumereanu. I don't like saying his name quickly either. They're 3 names I don't like to say very quickly. I get very worried. I'm going to say a slur when I say their names. But, yeah, I thought I'd just let you guys know that. I was just thinking out loud. But, yeah. But, yeah. Yet you call Nuganu. It's Nuganu. I'm saying Nuganu. I don't say it like that. You're making it sound like I'm like dropping the fucking A at the end, you know? I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying Nuganu. I'm not saying... Well, I'm not even going to try and say that because I know if I say it like that, it's going to come off like I'm saying the N-word, you know? Honestly, though, Mr. C, how many people have you baited into saying slurs? Obviously, you got Lorenzo... It's Ngannou. Francis Ngannou. Yeah, well, normally I say Ngannou. Your date is July 19th. What? Am I going to die on the 19th? Is that what my date is? What is July 19th? What is my date? Are you telling me I only have 4 days left to live? That'd be a very quick and fitting end to Benny PMMA. That's how the channel falls. Oh, yeah. Have you not... Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I remember now. Oh, yeah, that's what he said to Mike Perry, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what he said to Mike Perry. Mike Perry, you're back, you lad backy. Your date is July 19th. That was crazy, though. He was really getting in Mike Perry's face, though. Like, if that was like Mike Perry like 5 years ago, he probably would have headbutted Conor McGregor, not gonna lie. But Mike Perry's like weirdly more chill than Conor McGregor is nowadays. Like, Mike Perry had a kid and he was like, all right, I'm gonna stop acting up now. Like, do you guys remember when Mike Perry knocked out some like morbidly obese like father of 5? Like, he got into an argument with some guy at a restaurant. He was like, yeah, shut up, you fat piece of shit. Yeah, you fat motherfucker. And then the guy, like, ran out. The guy was, like, talking so much shit to Mike Perry, to be fair. Like, he was saying about, like, Mike Perry's like, oh, you're going to call the police. And the guy, like, mocked Mike Perry. He's like, oh, you're going to call the police? Like that. And then Mike Perry told him, like, shut the fuck up, you fat motherfucker, or something. And then, like, the old man, like, ran at Mike Perry. Mike Perry, like, chinned him. That was an interesting time. This must have been like 2020, I think, when Mike Perry just chinned some random fat old man. Conor does, in fact, have a big wee-wee. He has a whole lot of foreskin, though. Yeah, I would say, I don't know. It looks sort of average from the angle I was looking at. I think it was probably around like, maybe not just around 6, maybe. So not small by any means. Probably a bit above average. But yeah, definitely a lot of foreskin there. Fuck, I'm giving a fucking analytical take on Conor McGregor's penis. This is where my channel's got to. I knew my channel would eventually get to this point. Yeah, it definitely is a little crooked. To be honest, it was sort of a doppelganger of my cock, except I don't have as much foreskin as McGregor. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, damn, me and Conor McGregor have a fucking very similar cock. That was literally my takeaway of seeing Conor McGregor's penis. As gay as that is, I was just looking, I was like, damn, that's just very similar to mine, you know? That's literally all I could think when I was looking at it. I was like, damn, that literally looks like mine. Just not as crooked though. Mine's not as crooked either, but like it's just like the length and the girth is probably the same. It's very interesting though. Respect to Conor McGregor. Like the Riz he's got. Why isn't UFC 318 a fucking fight night? I have no clue. It's definitely a fight night level card. He does have a very strong erection though. He was able to curl 5-pound dumbbells with it. That's very true. That's very true. Conor McGregor, you know, then you got to respect it because he's doing ecstasy, he's doing coke, he's doing drinking a lot, and Conor McGregor is still able to have a strong erection. You know, he's next level horny because like normally if you're doing all them drugs, you get whiskey dick. You know, if you do ecstasy, it gets rid of your erections. But Conor McGregor, he's still fucking popping a hard one. So you got to respect him. You know, got to respect it. You know, the Mac stays hard. $80 is crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. That is. It would be a really good fight night if it was a fight night, but obviously it's not a fight night. He does have a very strong erection though. Yeah, I read that. Unk MMA just timed me out for 24 hours. What a bastard. See, I never done that to you, Malcolm Wellmaker fan. You know, you should definitely donate me some money because I never time you out because we're like cool like that. He has good cardio, wee cardio. Even if he was fighting, cardio is bad. Definitely. Nah, like I don't know. It's just weird when you see it's like a fighter you've seen for all this time, and then you realize, oh yeah, he's like, you know, he's got a fucking birthday costume there. You know, like literally birthday costume. He's wearing his birthday suit. That's what it is, birthday suit. No, it's just weird that you know we've seen Conor McGregor as a fighter, and you know we've seen him over all these years, but it's interesting when you see a photo of like a famous celebrity butt naked in the mirror. I don't know. It's just I feel like I know Conor McGregor more personally now, as gay as that sounds. I don't know. It was just weird. I just remember scrolling Twitter and then I open up a group chat and there's Conor McGregor butt naked in the fucking mirror. Lifting weights with it, you know? I don't know. It's probably the most Conor McGregor way it could have got leaked, though. It's not like... I said to Uncle MMA, if Jesus were real, he wouldn't let those young girls perish in the floods, and his chat got mad. Yeah. Yeah, but... I feel like I've seen his dick before, even the picture. Yeah, I know. It feels like something you would have seen before. Like, I don't know. It feels like it's a photo you would have seen multiple times before. Like, I've seen Conor McGregor take mirror photos before in that same mirror. I'm pretty sure I've seen something with that mirror. I always wondered what it looked like when he used to fight at those tight green Reebok shorts. I like Conor's... Nice, Malcolm Wellmaker fan. Nice. I'm going to read that out because I can tell people would clip that if I read that. But... Do you guys remember when Conor McGregor got like hard during the face-off with Mayweather? It didn't look like it was like... He didn't look like he was packing much then, but... I don't know. Conor McGregor's probably got some weird fucking dick surgery or something. Or to be fair, that was him dehydrated though. He probably wouldn't have had a strong erection. There's no way he's just sending dick pics in Twitter DMs, right? No, he did. That's 100% what he did. That's literally how he did it. That's how Conor McGregor got leaked. He sent it to Azalea Banks, the rapper. He just straight sent her a photo of his penis and it said, don't rat because rats get caught. And that was it. That's how Conor McGregor did it. So yeah, that's how it got leaked. I want to see John Jones now. I feel more connected to them where I can see everything. I know them personally. I mean, as sus as it sounds, it is to that extent. It's like, damn, I've seen every bit of Conor McGregor now. It's weird. It's very, very weird. It feels like I know Conor McGregor, you know. But hey, I hope he's having a good birthday, you know. I would let... Jesus Christ, why would you let... Derek, why would... You got some weird-ass people in here, fam. I know. That's why I love my chat, you know. I love my chat. You know, you guys keep it interesting. I'm glad you are the ones who join the chat. You know, imagine like the more PG people, like the guys who, like imagine the people who are in here who just like my fight predictions. Imagine them seeing this title and seeing this conversation. You know, like I feel like I've got like 3 different types of fans for my videos. I got the people who like to hear my interviews. I've got the live stream people who like to listen to me on my live stream, and then I've got the people who like my predictions. You know, I've got a bunch of different fan bases building up in my videos. You know, different niches. But you know, only his mum, his wife, and the women he cheated with seen it on now. We are part of that circle. I wish I was Derek Lewis's wife. Oh, Jesus Christ. Imagine D doesn't give a fuck. She's probably swinging in money. Oh, no, I think they've definitely got an agreement. It's got to be like some sort of agreement, you know. And there's no way she's just letting him cheat over and over again. Like, she knows about it. So, like, it's definitely, like, there's definitely just an agreement there, 100%. Your LGBTQ fan base is growing. Hey, I got no problem with the gays. I got no problem with any of yous. As long as you're just respectful to me, I'll be respectful to yous, you know? The thing is, half my fan base is, like, gay, and then my other half of my fan base is from, like Pakistan or, like, the Middle East. People think you're Ben Davis because he's bi, that's why. Nobody thinks I'm Ben Davis. Me and Ben Davis are very different. I'm a lot taller than Ben Davis. The respect to Ben Davis though, I was in group chat with Ben Davis a couple years ago, and like how he's built himself up is like generally very impressive. He's built a big fan base for himself. He's gone on reality shows and everything. Like he literally did that just from Twitter. Like I was like a big account before Ben Davis was. I've just grown a bit slower, I guess, as a as a Twitter account. But I respect how far he's gone with everything, you know, fought fucking misfits, commentated misfits. Like he's gone real far just from Twitter. It's, you know, pretty impressive. Remember watching Nate Diaz training and do triathlons and those tight bicycle shorts? He looks like a little bubble butt at 155. What looks like there? Jesus Christ! A big fat bowl of chili and ice cold beer and some Benny P. Life is good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thoughts on Hopper not putting on the tier list? What tier list was it? Let's go look. Hopper, I got a bone to pick with Hopper. He doesn't show fucking Cody Haddon any respect. He did a whole prospect video. He didn't even put fucking Cody Haddon in it. He put Alexandria Poirier in it, but he didn't put fucking Cody Haddon. Disrespectful. The disrespect. Who did he put in it? But yeah, it's fair enough he didn't put me in there. I'm a much smaller account. But I'll be on the tier list soon, you know. Baby. Alex, how's my favorite I was going to say 2-0. How's my favorite undefeated featherweight amateur going? Okay, who's he got on here? Let's have a look. He's got Bedtime in S tier. Who the fuck? Is that the guy who does the cartoons in the other one? I think that's the cartoon dude in there. A lot of boxing this weekend along with UFC. You watching it all? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'll probably just catch the UFC. But it depends. Is it? Nah, it's not Crawford versus Canelo. So, nah, probably not. But it depends who's fighting. Who's fighting? I'll probably catch Gallon versus Sonny Bill, though. Because that's been a fight I've been looking forward to for ages. Apero didn't rank you on the tier list. Guess you're not big enough, he thinks. Yeah, he probably doesn't know who the fuck I am, to be fair. I mean, he put Left Lane in there, but not me. Left Lane's definitely got more subscribers than me, though. That's fair enough. Like, who else is on here? Mighty Mouse. I don't even know. Who the fuck is Flying Squirrel MMA? I've never heard of Flying Squirrel MMA. Usyk versus... Oh, is Usyk rematching oh my god, I can't even say his name. Daniel. Is Usyk rematching Daniel this weekend? I didn't even know. I'll catch the PFL card. I want to see how Dakota does. I want to see Eblin's fight. Yeah, I'll catch it. I don't think... This is my hot take. I feel like Johnny Eblin would probably get smoked in the UFC, to be honest. I don't know if that's really a hot take, but I don't know. I don't think Eblin's that great. I think she's waiting for the marriage before she leaves, and to be honest, Conor is playing it smart though because he probably won't. Oh yeah, I'll watch Pacquiao. I'll definitely catch Pacquiao. Pacquiao is one of my favorite boxers of all time, so I'll definitely, if Pacquiao's fighting, I'll catch it. I forgot who he fought where he looked straight ass. Yeah, I think it was Eblin versus Impa. He looked really bad. I think it was arguably a robbery against Impa, I think. Are you bi? I'm not bi, but I don't know. $50 is $50. Tim Zoo is Australian. Oh yeah, Zoo's fighting as well. I forgot. I probably will catch a lot of the boxing, to be honest. Enough beers in him, he might be. That's why I don't drink. If I drank, I might go a little bit gay. So I stayed off the alcohol. It was creating too much. What's the word I'm looking for? When I kept drinking the what do they call the people who are like gay but they're like hiding, not closet, but what's the other way? I can't even remember the word I'm looking for right now. I don't know. The hidden homosexuality came out when I would drink. Are we born gay? Yeah, if you're gay, you're gay. If you don't just become gay. You're born gay. You're born straight. You're born bi. Whatever you are. I think if you find a cheeky stream for LBW versus Gallon, send it in the DMs. I will. Who's your favorite? What's your favorite way to watch fights? Debating on watching it in a theater or a Dave and Buster's. I prefer watching it at home. I feel like the home experience is a lot better. You can get your own food. You can like relax a little bit. You can like get yourself comfortable. I just don't like to sit on a chair. This is why I do everything laying down. I got back issues or some shit. I don't know. I get pains when I like sit up too long. So I just like to lay down. So I prefer just to watch things at home. Like even watching fights live, it's overrated. I feel like watching fights in person is sort of overrated. After doing it, it's good, but it's just I don't know. Watching fights in person is something you'll do once, but then you'll be like, yeah, it's a lot better in just watching it by yourself. Trembolone makes you gay. I have heard that. I think maybe you can become gay, maybe like maybe a little bi curious, maybe a little bi, but I don't think you can become straight. Maybe that's the best way to do it. Like I don't think someone who's gay can just become straight. Are you going to UFC Perth? Probably not. I probably won't go, to be honest. If I can get a media pass, I'll go, but I'm not going to pay for tickets. Probably not. Do you watch it with your friends or alone? Sometimes I watch with friends, but lately I just watch alone because I have to make my YouTube video straight after. So nowadays I just watch at home by myself, and then immediately after I do my recap for the full cards and everything. Now with fighting, it is like I view it as like a job in a way. Like I'm not really making much money off it, but I view it as a job, as in like I focus primarily when I'm watching fights. My main focus is to watch it all, so then I can go make a video on it and keep the grind going. Let's see. There are some pretty dope bars to watch fights in VN. A Kiwi bar in Hanoi was the spot if you have a bunch of mates. That sounds pretty sick, to be fair. You ever watch UFC fights at a gay bar? I have not, but I have watched it at a few bars. I watched it in a bar that wasn't gay, but I went to a bar to watch Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira. And it was like it was like very far from my house. It must have been like 35 minutes away. But we went because there was a JDM meet and greet, so they had very good buffalo wings. I think it was it must have been like it was a sports bar in like Belden, I think. But yeah, it was nice. Not Conor McGregor. JDM was there. So was his teammates. His coach was there as well, Ben Vickers, who runs Eternal MMA. So that was cool. Got a photo with JDM. This was before he was in the UFC as well. This is after he beat Angelo, so this was before he fought Pete Rodriguez. He was still scheduled to fight Wally Alves. Oh, when you drink, your gay tendencies come out. That happens to people on a larger scale. You know it, brother. You know it. Nah, not really. But I do have a friend, though, when he gets drunk, he does get a bit touchy-feely, but, that's just how guys are, I guess. They get a bit more, touchy-feely with their friends when they're a bit gay. I was going to say when they're a bit gay, when they're a bit drunk. I find it depressing watching alone. I am engaged and have a 4-year-old, but they don't care to watch UFC. Oh, man. I don't know, I like watching fights by myself, but I also like watching with people because I like to be the guy who's commentating and be like, yep, he's going to do that. Because I'm always I'm fairly on the ball when it comes to grappling exchanges and stuff like that. So I do like that aspect of watching with people because I like to feel right and feel very smart. But yeah, when I remember, and this is my favorite call of all time. I was watching with my friends. There must have been about 6 of us. We were watching Pereira versus Izzy 1. The UFC fight, obviously, the first MMA fight they had. And I remember, in the 5th round, I remember Izzy, buckled his leg. I was like, he's hurt, he's done. Or I was like, oh, he's hurt. And then he got caught with the left hook, and I was like, oh, he's done. And my friend was like, nah, he's fine. And then he just gets finished 10 seconds later. It was so satisfying. That was such a satisfying feeling. I was like, ha, told you, motherfucker. Italians are so touchy, I hate it, but I love it at the same time. 2 guys are falling in love in your chat, by the way. Which guys are that? Who are the 2 lovebirds? Oh, yes, I know. Oh, my God. Em and... That's when it's just me and a bunch of men around my mouth. Just starts... What the fuck? M feels like a caveman about to lose control, but then he sees my girlfriend at the back of my heart and then stop. What the fuck? Oh, yes, I know the feeling. I just... What the fuck? New rankings are out, fam. Bryce Mitchell and Steve Garcia are ranked now. Wait, did they take Bryce Mitchell out of the rankings? Let's have a look. Let's go to... let me guess. John Morgan probably posted it. Let's go have a look at John Morgan. It definitely would be John Morgan who's posted this. Let's have a quick gaze. John Morgan. John Morgan. Oh, yeah, they took him out of the rankings. Yeah, that makes sense. Because Bryce Mitchell was moving to bantamweight, so it makes sense. Oh, no, Bryce Mitchell returns. Oh, that's interesting. They put him back in. Oh, Kata's still ranked in the top 15. Interesting. I don't know who Kelvin Kattar or Kata. I don't know who Kelvin can beat at this point in his career. I think he's done. Malcolm Wellmaker fan says he misses doing dirty stuff on drugs with other guys. Fair enough, Malcolm Wellmaker fan. I'm sorry you miss doing that to guys. But you could just send me some money just cause. Now let's have a look at the top 15 featherweight rankings. Calvin is now 15. Bryce Mitchell is also 15. Giga is 14. David Onama is 13. You should make a group chat for channel so your community can gain more when you don't stream. Just make a group chat for channel. Yeah, I was thinking about that. If you guys want to message me on Instagram or whatnot, or Twitter or whatever, or I don't know, I was thinking about making a group chat. I created a membership for you guys. Like if you guys want to just do like a members stream or something like that. I've got members now. I started a members option if you guys want to become a member, Benny P MMA member. Do you think Movzar is really injured or they pulled him for the card like fighting Volk? He's probably injured. I don't think they want Movzar fighting for the belt. I could just see them giving Aaron Pico the title shot if Movzar isn't cleared in time. But yeah, I think Movzar's generally injured probably. Every man is gay, most just hide it. I don't think that's true at all. Most men love the beauty of women too much to be gay. But there's definitely a lot of repressed. That's the word I was looking for. Repressed. There's definitely a lot of repressed gay people. Aaron Tico is overrated and untested. He's definitely not untested because he's been chinned a couple of times. So he's definitely been tested. But yeah, I wouldn't say he's overrated, but he's definitely beatable, very beatable, you know. But I don't think I see anyone saying he's going to be champ or anything like that. I think he's just another Michael Chandler, you know. Good, but chinny, got his flaws. But I love watching Aaron Pico fight. And he's a tough matchup for Movzar a little bit. Like, he's actually sort of tough for Movzar in a way. But Movzar would probably still beat him. His defense is terrible. Yeah, he's got a bad chin. He's been put out so many times. MMA Guru started a wild dono train in Dougie's Corner the other day, and I got gifted my first membership. Nice. Hopefully MMA Guru can do that for me one day. That'd be nice. His defense is terrible. All of his losses are dead ass being chinned except the injury. Yeah, I know. Aaron Pico is... It's been rough for him. His losses are rough. Flying knee, put out cold with an overhand, got injured, and then I think he got chinned another time, right? He's got 4 or 3 losses. Did you see Bazinga got rolled? No, I did not see that. Damn, who did you get rolled by? You see McKinney calling out Chandler low-key a banger? I would like to see that. I actually don't know who would win that fight, because could you guys just not see like Chandler like landing a front kick that brutally KOs fucking McKinney like he did to Tony? He got submitted his first fight. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Pico got subbed as well. Got plowed by... Oh, actually, I did see that, actually, yeah. I think Luke Thomas put out a tweet saying that Berlanga's not very good, right? Is that the guy it was? Is that who Berlanga is? Berlanga. If I'm thinking of the right guy. Oh, yeah, I watched this. Yeah, he got brutal. Oh, no, maybe this isn't the guy I was thinking of, but yeah, he got brutally chinned. McKinney is chinny too. Yeah, McKinney's taken like insane amount of damage in his fights. Like his CT in a couple years' time is going to be fucking insane. But that being said, though, I feel like having a good chin is actually worse for your brain health because, as you see, some of the guys who have got the worst CT are just the guys who have taken insane beatings. But I didn't realize Abu Dhabi's in 2 fucking weeks. That's a brutal pullout. And Pico not fighting no one. Yeah, that is bad. What's the card look like now? It's still a good card, but like I really wanted to see that fight. Like I was very excited for that fight. It's still a very good card, but it does loses a bit of steam now. Topology. Let's have a look. I mean, the fight shouldn't have been booked anyway. Like, as much as I don't like Movsar Evloev because he literally talked about grooming his wife, he does deserve the title fight, you know. Oh, yeah, Jan McGee's still on that fight card as well. So let's have a look. What if you met the schmo in real life and you guys both went out to get drinks and offered to share a very good experience? You by saying, hey, Bo, would you like to see my schmo? Your brain, yeah, I've heard that as well, Mr. C, but that's just like, it's very stupid to me because like your defense system is you getting put out cold. Like that just, if the person really hates you, he's just going to stomp on your head. You know what I mean? Okay, let's have a look at the Abu Dhabi card in 2 weeks. Let's have a look at it right now. Oh, fuck, what the fuck just happened there? McKinney also died and was resurrected twice. Yeah, people forget, man. McKinney's a zombie. The way he got chinned by Rubovic, it actually looked very, very similar to how he was in when he died. Like the position when he was ODing. McKinney also died. I read that. Bonnie Green defense system went crazy again. Yeah, that was fucked. That's one of the worst stoppages I've ever seen. Okay, we got Whittaker versus Reina de Ritter. Good fight. Shara Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriol, which is a good fight. But it's a bit of a... I actually don't think Marc-Andre Barriol versus Shara Bullet's as much of a gimme as people are making out to be. Marc-Andre Barriol can sort of wrestle a little bit. He's got good cardio. I could actually see him giving Shara a bit of problems, but I still will go with Shara. I just don't like that Shara Magomedov has no boxing whatsoever. He has no ability to throw punches. It's like he's got very good kicks, but he's like striking with the hands is horrible. Peter Yan versus McGee, weird fight, but good that you got Peter Yan. Bryce Mitchell versus Sed Nurmagomedov, good fight. Aslan versus Billy Elkiana is a weird one. You know, they're just trying to get Ibo Aslan a win, but he could just, you know, Bro got chinned by Bruno Silva. Who got chinned by Bruno Silva? Because Marc-Andre Barriol, he brutally chinned. He brutally chinned Bruno Silva. He didn't get chinned by Silva. Let's see. Oh yeah, Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov's a good fight. I don't really know how to rank Nikita Krylov at this point. I think he'll probably beat Guskov. I know he got chinned by Reyes, but Reyes is on like his redemption arc, so I'll probably go with Krylov in that one. Ribas versus Ricci, let's just get the lotion out. Get the lotion, get the oil out matchup. Muslim Salikov versus Carlos Lil, I like that, but that's just going to be Carlos Lil fucking destroying Muslim Salikov, I reckon. Damon Blackshear versus Davey Grant's a cool fight. Muhammad Yahya versus Stephen Nugent is just, yeah, you know, you need an Abu Dhabi guard on there. Mark Boudet versus, I like Mark Boudet versus Marcus Buchecha. I like that. That's a really cool fight. I like Buchecha. I watched him and won a couple of times. And then they have Azu Almabaya versus Jose Ochocha. I'm a believer in a Jose Ochocha now. I'll probably pick him to beat Azu. I don't think Azu's very good. So it's actually a pretty good card. Bro, tire card has some fucking bangers. Yeah, that card's really good for an Apex card as well. Did you see Elmo freak out on Twitter last night? I was telling my dad about this, actually. So I went to my dad and I said, did you see they hacked Elmo? And he thought I said Albo, who was like the Prime Minister of Australia. And then I had to tell him, no, I'm talking about the fictional character from Sesame Street. And then he just looked at me like I was retarded. Do you do live streams when watching UFC? Maybe it would be nice to get your reactions while we also watch. Yeah, I try to sometimes. I don't do it all the time, though, because it does take a... You know, it is hard to do sometimes, like, because my household gets a bit loud. But I do a lot of when it's like a night card, like when it's like early card for me, I'll do them. Like when it's like 1 a.m. in the morning for me, I'll do cards like that so that I know there's like no sound or anything coming in. But yeah, I'll do the occasional card, or I'll at least pop in for maybe the main cards or something. I'll start doing that a bit more. I would do like full cards, but like I got ADHD. I have to move around. I have to do things, you know. I can't be just streaming for like 8 hours. Am I the only one who thinks Turkey Apashik is entitled? Like, we get you made of money, but something about him seems slimy. Well, yeah, his government is like, they literally, the only reason they're getting UFC and boxing and everything is because they're, what's the word? It's like blood sports. They're doing it to make people forget about their human rights. But I will ignore the human rights because they do put on good cards. But yeah, it is very rough. Like, it is rough what some of the human rights violations they have. But a lot of us are just going to ignore it because he is technically saving boxing and he is probably going to save MMA a little bit as well. But yeah, it's a shady bit. It's not a great card, bro. Its only selling point is the main event. Which one are you talking about? Which card are you talking about? Which one's not a great card? Maybe reaction video instead and just clip the best part like how Volk. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'd do something like that. Make a case for UFC 318 being a great card. It's not actually that, but if it was a fight night, it would be a very good card. It would be the best fight night probably of all time. But as a pay-per-view, it is weak because none of these guys are really going to go on to do anything too particularly great, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, sorry, I get you. I went and checked his comment. I just read it just then. Yeah, that's the thing, though, about the card is it's a good card if it was a fight night. But unfortunately, it's a pay-per-view. So that it's like none of the guys are really going to go on to fight for the belt their next fight or anything like that. But it's a good card, as in entertainment-wise, it's going to be good. But I think it's a bad card, as in like it's not really going to go anywhere too great. But good card, regardless. I went to the Crawford Madiramov card in real life, and that shit was lit, not going to lie. Man, do they know how to put on a sports? They do, that's the thing. Like, as long as they're not committing any insane human rights violations, I'm alright with it. Oh, you guys want to see this shirt I bought today? Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to wear this on stream. Let me just find it if I can find it only. Because I got a bunch of money off sponsorships for my PayPal, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just use that to buy some clothes. Wait, let me see if I can find it real quick. I got a shirt like this. I bought a shirt off my Instagram. It popped up on my Instagram suggested, so I was like, fuck it, I'm getting this shirt. It wasn't too expensive, to be fair, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna walk around wearing it and see the reactions to it. I was like, fuck it, good shirt, good message, I'm buying it. I did just hope UFC pay-per-view becomes a monthly subscription so I can stop going on meth streams. Yeah. Is there any news on JDM? JDM's going to be fighting Islam in November. It's got to be MSG. I'm pretty certain it's going to be JDM versus MSG. That's seems like the likelihood. I haven't heard anything personally from any sources, but that's just where the direction seems to be leaning. Rick Shaw, it's because like they are overrepresented in every powerful institution, you know. So that's why they get away with a lot of things. You know, if you run if you run like all of the major institutions that come to a Hi Benjamin, we want to let you know our team reviewed your content and we think it violates our sex and nudity policy. Oh my god. YouTubers just messaged me about my thumbnail. They think it violates. I'm going to have to change the thumbnail of this real quickly. It took them a while to email me. I'm surprised. I'm going to quickly go change my thumbnail real quickly, guys. This is not how I want my channel to get taken down. I think it's... But I covered his cock. I covered his dick in my thumbnail. Like, look at the thumbnail. His dick isn't in it. Oh, I hope I can change this while I'm on live stream. Surely I can. Create, upload videos. Yeah, like I generally covered his willy, you know. I covered his willy with a photo of his face. Okay, this has me scared now. How do I edit the thumbnail? Where is the thumbnail? Okay, thumbnail. Change. All right. What do I even make it? I don't have any pictures saved on here. What am I going to put it on? That JDM versus Islam tweet on Big Nasa is going to hit like fucking crack. It is going to be very nice. Oh, God, I don't... It's not showing me what these photos are. Sorry, guys, just quickly changing the thumbnail real quick. I'll react to all your messages right after. Oh, fuck me, man. How do I do this shit? You should have popped a 12 bottle over his PP. Yeah, that probably would have been a smarter idea. I don't think I'm going to get monetized for this video, unfortunately. This is not fun. There is Craig Jones is leaving the B team to focus more on training JD and Volk. Really? That's cool. What a respectable guy. Oh, fuck. Come on, guys. Okay, let's change the thumbnail real quickly. Pictures. The White House card is going to be massive, like UFC 300. I feel like. I hope so. Fuck it. I'm gonna make the photo of this just some random generic ass background. There's gonna be no content. I made it to like some deserty background. I don't know why. It was all I could find. Guys, check out the new thumbnail for this live stream real quick. Wait, let's check that it actually worked. Yeah, it worked. All right. Okay, sorry. Let me check what you guys said now. All right, sorry. I apologize. Let me go back. I like how Turkey is openly a shit person who murders journalists and everyone lambasted him, but everyone in the UFC comes, and covers it up poorly, and we barely bat an eye. Let's see. Yeah, I think Ali said it's going to be in a B arena, but it's breaking news. What's wrong with YouTube? Yeah, YouTube support. How come a certain minority group makes up 13% of the crime that commits 51% of the crime? 13% of the population that commits 51% of the crimes. I'm not sure the reason. That Jaden versus Islam, Big Marcel is going to hit like fucking crack. One of the worst things the UFC ever did was replace the Monster Loco with a big ass can dead in the middle. Yeah, I don't like that. Should have put a proper 12 bottle over his PP, 100%. MacBook ass pitch. Yeah, I know, it was all I could find. Let me go check that, let's go see. I'm going to go check my emails real quick. That was such a scary email to get from YouTube. Epstein's list has been hovering for a while, though. Oh, they all they did was get rid of the thumbnail. You know what? YouTube was pretty cool with their. All right, this is what YouTube sent to me, guys. Hi, Benderman. We wanted to let you know our team reviewed your content and we think it violates our sex and nudity policy. We know you may not have realized this was a violation of our policy, so we're not applying a strike to your channel. W YouTube. We have removed the following content from YouTube: thumbnail on video. Okay, that is fair enough. That is fair enough on YouTube's end, you know. But I didn't do it. I didn't do anything, but we wanted to help keep your content on, so please review, double check your content, apply here if you think we've made a mistake. Fair enough. You know what? YouTube, you're off the hook. You're all right, YouTube. But, again, I am annoyed because it clearly was a nudity. I covered his willy, but still, whatever. Whatever, YouTube. It's going to be like that. The fucking dogs at YouTube. Who the fuck is Volk gonna fight, mate? Volk will fight Movzar, 100%. We knew Trump's name was on the list before he got re-elected. The West is falling anyway. Enjoy the decline. Yeah, the West is done. You know, the West is going for their Roman Empire-esque fall-off. Israel is evil and so is USA government. Well, they're two sides of the same coin, mate, you know? The two sides of the same coin. There hasn't been a US government since JFK was president, let's be real. Every president since then has just been a puppet. JFK was probably the last president who wasn't maybe Nixon, but Nixon still, he got ousted. But at the very least, JFK was the last true US president, in my opinion. I don't know. Just, he seems like he was actually for the American people, you know. He was actually for... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Delirious, you know. He was against their nuclear program, and then boom, he disappeared, you know. Oh, disappeared. His head disappeared off of his fucking shoulders. But yeah, JFK is like one of my favorite politicians, like, just because, I don't know, I like the way, JFK is like a good-looking dude. He was still just banging all these fucking hot bitches at the White House and everything. Like, JFK's a fucking legend. We knew Arab dictatorships weren't a bunch of angels too. I understand the journalistic drive to be there and uncover the truth, but becoming a martyr is a risk you must accept. Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, a lot of them countries are just fucking dangerous, but a lot of it's overstated though. Like, I talk to people who live in Iran and live in like Egypt and all these countries, and they live very fairly normal lives. Like, the Western media really overstates how like unfree these countries are. Like, I know Iranians, I know Egyptians, and they're all living pretty chill lives. Like, you can live like relatively normal in these countries. You know, I feel like a lot of it is obviously not. I'm not talking like Afghanistan or anything like that, but I'm talking like Iran is one of the countries where it's very overstated. Like, Iran is still somewhat normal, like not, you know, it's not too that much different from the West. Like, do we really want the whole world to become a photocopy of the UFC? Yeah, I don't. Yo, what's up, bro? Been a good minute. I know it's been a while. I haven't seen you for a while, GG. Damn, since the Cedric Dumas KO loss stream, so it's been a while. How you been, GG? I think it's because I haven't been doing streams this late lately, but I hadn't done a stream for a couple of days, and you know, I always gotta come back for you guys. You know, can't forget about you guys. I love you boys and girls, if there is any girls in here. You guys remember that Iranian chick who was like always replying to my streams and stuff like that? I went and took a screenshot of her profile picture, and I found out it was like a Bollywood actress in the profile picture. So it's definitely a dude using that account. Just to go back to that, if you guys remember that Sarah in the who was always replying to my messages, I'm pretty sure that's straight up. I'm pretty sure that's a bloke. Did Evloev give a reason for rescheduling? Yeah, injury. He said he was injured. Good, bro. I wanted to tell you. Fuck, Lima dude was in every one of my parlays. Yeah, that was rough. And the thing is, he could have won that fight, bro. He could have won that fight, but he was just scared of the power from Peyton Talbot. Because he was doing good on the feet, but he would just keep wrestling. And he'd gas himself out and get beaten up. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It was crazy how good Peyton Talbot looked, though. Like, his takedown defense looked so much better. So, respect to Peyton Talbot, but like, fuck, man. I feel like that was Lima making a lot of big mistakes. Wonderboy got robbed. I thought Wonderboy got robbed. I thought he clearly beat Bonfim 2 rounds. Round 2 and 3. I thought he won those rounds. Yeah, even Lima told his coaches that he hits too hard. Yeah, I know. That was the big thing. I kind of knew around the walkout Talbot was locked in. Yeah. Which is low-key crazy. Yeah, like he fought Miles Johns. Miles Johns has a lot of power. Like Miles Johns is built like a little Romero, you know. He's got a lot of power, and, you know, Lima took his shots with ease. Like, Talbot must have some crazy level power, you know. But hey, at least Talbot, you know, isn't on a 2-fight losing streak. He has a chin-chin, not gonna lie. He was getting fucking cracked. Yeah, both of them were taking big shots. That's the thing about Talbot. He's got really bad striking defense, but he's got a hell of a chin. He's got a lot of power. He's just super athletic. When do you think Talbot will be ranked? I would say Talbot will probably get ranked if he wins another 2-3 fights, probably. It's a big division. Big division. By the way, am I crazy for thinking Hermansson was low-key winning before the KO? Yeah, it was a close round, but yeah, Hermansson was outstriking him a little bit, but then he just got straight caught. I knew the new Superman movie was coming out this past weekend, but I didn't know we would get a sneak peek to the upcoming film Spider-Man vs. the Black Beast. That wall climbing scene was sick, yeah. That was... I don't know, that stoppage was weird, but just because I feel like Herzog turned it into it was turning into a late stoppage, and then it turned, because he took so long and Teixeira like recovered a little bit, it turned more into an early stoppage. It was weird. Like, I feel like if Herzog would have stopped it when Derek Lewis was pounding him out on the ground, like, there would be no controversy about the finish, but because he let it go for so long and then stopped it when he stood back up. Oh, come on, Delirious. You really think I'm going to fall for that? Yeah, that stoppage was dumb as fuck. Yeah, a lot of people were saying, no, they stopped it because he was climbing the fence. You can't do that. That's illegal. But, like, you can't just stop a fight because he's fouled. You wait till the next round. You take a point off him. But it wasn't like, I don't know. It was a weird one. It was very weird in my opinion. I felt like it should have gone a bit longer. Werner Herzog is better in front of a camera than Jason Herzog at this point. I think he should have taken 2 points away from Teixeira and gave Lewis top position. You can't stop a fight because of cheating. Exactly. You can't just stop the fight because he went to, like, pick himself back up. I was annoyed by it. Not just because I picked Teixeira, but because, like, he clearly was up. He was all right. Like, he was pushing. He was ready to keep going. That could have been, like, he could have got a comeback. You know, he might have came back. D. Lewis fucking blew his load there, but who knows. Cool that Derek Lewis got the win, though. You can still do Lewis versus... I don't know. Lewis, I reckon they're going to try and give Lewis a title shot. Maybe one more win and they'll try and shoot up. They're going to try and do Tom Aspinall versus Derek Lewis. It hasn't happened before. They'll probably try and make that fight. At this point, all stoppages need to be like Green versus Turner. You can't take points and put them back on the ground, I believe. Yeah, it's difficult to do that. Normally, you can only take a point, but you can't change position. Yeah, that shit made no fucking sense. He got up and then you stop it. Yeah, like he recovered. He was clearly not out. Like I know he used the fence to pull himself back up, but it's not like he was stopping. It wasn't stopping him from getting KO'd. It just helped him get back to his feet. Watch the roster decimate. Herzog is one of the best. He rarely makes mistakes. Yeah, it was a rare Herzog mistake. You know, it was a rare Jason Herzog L. But it wasn't like the worst stoppage in the world. But it was certainly a weird one. That's what I'll say. By the way, kind of dirty faking eye poke. But honestly, if you're in the UFC and get caught with that, you deserve to get KO'd. Yeah, it was smart. Derek Lewis does that a lot. To be fair, it's a good part of his game. It's probably the most technical part of Derek Lewis's game. Is that he just fakes being hurt. I respect it, to be honest. I would do the same shit. I would go full Ion Kutalaba. I'd pretend I'm about to get knocked out, but I'd be very convincing. They'd probably stop the fight, and then I'd punch the referee and get kicked out of the UFC for life. Who gives a fuck about fence grabbing? Not gonna lie. I know, they should just unban it. Just let people grab the fence whenever they want. I like how Turner kills Green and Turner is the one who was never the same. Yeah, Turner just like after that fight, he's like, I never want to hurt anybody again. I mean, that's what they say about Uriah Hall is when he nearly killed that guy in Tough, he was never the same fighter again. It was a good stoppage. He shouldn't be clawing his way up to the fence if he could stand up to his own accord. The only reason it was a bad stoppage is because I feel like Herzog could have stopped it when Derek Lewis was just pounding his face in on the ground. I feel like because it went so long, eventually Teixeira like woke back up and he was fine and everything. I don't know. It was just a weird stoppage. I wouldn't say it was a horrible stoppage, but it was a weird one. That's the best way I can say it. Lewis openly speaks about cheating during fight. He does. He purposely needs someone in the groin in one fight. They should make the fence like plexiglass, like hockey. Delirious. I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure. Some not all black women are allowed. You know, I've known some nice black women who, you know, pretty quiet. Yeah, Turner had so much potential. What the fuck happened? Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Turner had a big fall off. Like, he should not be getting subbed by Ignacio Bahamontes. That was a fucking shameful one. Lewis will KO Tom Aspinall. Wouldn't surprise me at this point. Imagine that, Lewis just standing over Tom Aspinall's unconscious body. That's a fucking insane scene to a picture. Fence grabbing was used to be legal, and the owners obviously wanted to keep it legal. There was a fight where the cage got mangled, and the owner asked Big John to change the rules to not allow it. Like, imagine like Habib goes to shoot a massive takedown, someone grabs the fence, fucking knees him in the dome. That's how Habib would have lost. Like, I don't know. I feel like fence grabs make the sport a bit more entertaining. Like, imagine all the like moves. Like, imagine you've got somebody in the clinch, you've got one hand on the cage so they can't move, and then just elbowing the shit out of them. I don't know. Let them fight more dirty, I reckon. Turner deadass looked like he wanted to get it over with. He just got into that triangle. Yeah, he had no motivation. But I think Turner's coming back. Apparently Turner is going to come back. I've seen that in his comments. He's talking about coming back now. So maybe he's found that motivation again, hopefully. It's I don't know. It's a real bad when fighters lose that hunger to like commit violence and beat the shit out of their opponents. Rory McDonald did it when he found God. Jarlin Turner happened to him after he carried Bobby Green. Like, there's a lot of cases like that where people just don't want to hurt their opponents anymore. I feel like if you ever feel like that, you should just straight retire. If you lose your killer instinct, that's it. You should go, because it's just going to end up badly for you. But then your explosive cage is fucked up on the first early prelim. That's also very true. That is also, yes, very true, yeah. I've always thought about that. What happens if the cage just gets, like, demolished, like, really badly in the middle of a fight? Like, is that it? Like, do they just have to, like, wait till do they have to, like, fix it, like, during the fight? Like, I don't know. A lot of questions. Like, people forget Blagoy Ivanov, and I think it was Blagoy Ivanov and Leah Latifi. They had a fight where, at heavyweight, where the ring exploded and they stopped the fight because the ring exploded. They should bring back knees to the grounded opponent and soccer kicks. I'd love to see that. I reckon that'd be cool. Turner is mentally weak for a fighter. Yeah, he sort of is, not going to lie. It definitely is. Like, I don't know. If a fight goes tough for Turner, he does wilt and quit. He's more of a hammer. He's not a nail. You know, he has to be the hammer. They should do a mega card for one event. Like, have you seen the Hell in a Cell for WWE? Yeah, they should do, like, a whole new cage. Introduce weapons. That'd be sick. Like for a blood fight, like blood feud, if it's like a proper like they should let Brendan Allen and Marvin Vettori go in there with baseball bats, like barbed wire baseball bats, or like something like brass knuckles, something like that. His ego is too big. He doesn't get down. He just thinks he's better. Yeah, a lot of fighters are like that. A lot of fighters are like that. Big John also spoke on the Pellegrass cage. He said people would get KO'd more injured all the time, cause more CT, etc. I always have the feeling the cage door is going to open up every time someone gets clinched on it. Yeah, I always think that too. I mean, it's happened a few times. I don't know if it was the UFC, but I have watched fights where like people have gone through the cage door from like a double leg. I want to see freak fights, like 10 flyweights fighters for 2 heavyweight fighters. I'd love to see that too. Definitely would love to see that. I love freak shows. I'm a big freak show enjoyer. That's why I like Ryzen, Pride. I like going back and watching the old cards. Like, I love the whole 5v5 type fights to do, but I also feel like the multiple men versus, like, multiple men always ends up with, like, it ends up turning into a, like, 5v1. Like, once, like, one gets KO'd, that's it. Like, the fight's over. Unless you got, like, Ngannou versus all these people, then it's just going to end up real bad. Did you see Eddie Hall destroy those 2 flyweight? Yeah, that was beautiful. Eddie Hall fight was peak. Did you guys see Eddie Hall fight Marcus Panoski or whatever his name is? The big Polish bodybuilder guy who's like been fighting in KSW for the last like 15 years. That was a crazy fight. Yeah, Big John wrote the rules and he speaks to them all the time. Yeah, Big John will never let you guys forget that he wrote the rules and he is the #1 voice when it comes to MMA. I like Big John though. Big John's cool, but his podcast is interesting. Him and Luke. I was gonna say Luke Thomas. Him and Josh Thompson. Big John should ref again. I wish Big John. You know, Big John was meant to fight at one of the UFCs because he was meant to represent jiu-jitsu, but they were like, nah, we don't want someone who's like big. We need like someone who's gonna be like small so they can really show how you can utilize jiu-jitsu. Eddie threw Puja across the cage like it was no. It was crazy. I want to see Eddie Hall fight like, I don't know. There was like a big Ugandan guy who used to fight in KSW and do a few freak show fights. Not Rugrug. No, not Uganda. Sorry, Senegalese. He was from Senegal, I think. I want to see that guy versus him. It wasn't Rugrug. It was a different Senegalese guy. This guy was like 48 or something. I want to see him versus Eddie Hall. They need Mario Yamazaki back. Yeah, we need Yamanaki. Oh my god, I'm fucking his name up. Mario Yamasaki. That's a Yamasaki, sorry. Big John won't ref again because he knew he was losing a step, yeah. He's a lot slower now as well. He'll probably miss like a brutal KO and someone will end up dying. Eddie Hall versus Therese Finney. Let's do it. Let's book it. Eddie Hall versus Bob Sapp. Do it just for the freak show fight of it. Why not? It would be sick to see Eddie Mog Ngannou, yeah. But then Ngannou would just brutally KO him probably. The streets are ready for Finney versus Bekaev. I'm fucking excited for that fight. I need Bekaev to win. I actually think Terence Finney's a good guy and everything. I feel like he's overhated as a personality, but his fight style is so bad, man. I need to see him KO'd. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Terence Finney. You seem like a very nice guy. Like, I feel like I could be friends with Terence Finney, but I'm sorry. He needs to get chinned for his awful, awful fight style. Do you think Mighty Mouse could beat Eddie Hall? Yeah, I reckon he could. It'd be tough though. He might just get Batista bombed through the canvas. He'd have to fight a very smart fight. He'd have to be perfect for like 5 minutes, and then after Eddie Hall gasses, I reckon he'd just demolish his legs. Just keep demolishing his legs. He'd have to fight very smart. His personality is sick and promo, but holy fuck, boring fights. I know that's the Therese Finney way. It's very unfortunate. He could be a big star if he had an entertaining fight style. You know, he's short. He's like built. He's got a good personality for like talking trash and not even talking trash, just promos and everything. But good lord, he's a bore to watch fight. Mighty Mouse and Henry Cejudo versus Eddie Hall. I would go Mighty Mouse and Henry Cejudo. I reckon they could pull out a good game plan. I reckon Eddie Hall would run at him, and I reckon that'd be too quick for him. He'd gas out. But it depends if he fights smart. I reckon he would be able to maybe take out one of them. Maybe he could get Cejudo. Could you imagine an open weight mat like for ADCC, but with giant rectangular cage would be sick? I've seen something like that before. I think there used to be like a Hexagon. They used to be like, I think Triller did like a fight. They did like their own custom fights where they were in like it was in like a rectangular cage, I think, or rectangular ring, I think. Eddie Hall versus Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus first round KO. Jesus will fucking spinning head kick KO him, you know. People forget, man. Jesus has one of the best chins in history, you know. He got crucified and he came back. I think he can take some bombs from Eddie Hall. Triad Combat, that's what I was talking about. Triad Combat was sick. I actually like Triad Combat. Could you imagine, I already read that, imagine a UFC fight in the Karate Combat pit? That would be cool too. Eddie Hall versus Motivated MMA Guru. Oh, people forget, man. MMA Guru. People forget, man. MMA Guru, black belt in Taekwondo. What's your favorite shaped promotion? Octagon, hexagon, or triad? I'd probably say Octagon with a K. The Octagon with a K. I really like Octagon. I like their reality show, TV, like tough type thing they did as well. Octagon's very underrated. You know, they're a really good promotion, you know. Like, they do big cards. They fill out arenas. They actually have really good prospects. I like them. I like Octagon. You know, if Octagon, the German one, ever want me to live stream their event or anything like that, if they ever want me to be involved with the company, I'd be down. I like the mixed rules, and it was MMA versus boxers. It was cool. I remember Mike Perry fought, I think he fought Michael Seal or something Seal, and it was a pretty good fight. That was a good fight. I remember Frank Mir got absolutely butchered by like a guy who fought Anthony Joshua, though. I think that was a thing that happened, right? That was a fucking mismatch. I think he fought the Bulgarian guy that fought Joshua, I think. I can't remember his name. I think it was Kabulev, something like that. And he massacred Frank Mir, which is to be expected. People forget, man. MMA could do karate and taekwondo when he was 4 years old. People forget, man. Bellator had the worst cage shape but the best lighting. Yeah, Octagon is German. I swear it was Czech and Slovakian. It might be. Maybe I'm wrong then. I thought they were German for some reason. Let me check. Is KSW losing steam to Octagon? Nah, they're still going hard. They're still going pretty well, I reckon. It'll be hard to get rid of KSW. The only thing that's going to kill KSW is that the birth rate in Poland is very low. And that like there's going to be less Polish speakers in a couple of years' time. That's the only thing. The fall of Poland is the only way KSW will fall, because they're a solid promotion. But yeah, I like KSW. I try and catch their cards when I can. They've actually got really good prospects there as well. Like, a lot of these prospects don't want to leave KSW because they actually pay them so well in KSW. Like is it Salmadine Panesi? I think his name is that guy. He really good prospect. He's getting like $1 million per fight or something like that. Do you think Jake Paul will actually ever compete in PFL? He will, but probably against a bum, probably. He won't fight MMA against any competent grappler or anything like that. He'll fight a striker, probably like a kickboxer, who's a lot smaller. Maybe they need to do him versus Mike Jackson, probably. You guys know the guy who fought CM Punk and fought Mickey Gall? They should do Mike Jackson versus Jake Paul. 1FC is fumbling the bag. Their fights are good. Yeah, they just need to let the MMA fighters go at this point. Just keep doing the Muay Thai. PFL has to be money laundering scheme, right? I don't understand how they make the money. Yeah, I don't either, to be honest. I like the circle cage is better than the octagon, low-key. Let's see, what else is there? What was I going to talk about? Oh, Octagon. I was checking if Octagon was German. Let's have a go. Octagon. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, sorry. It's Czech and Slovakian. I don't know why I thought it was German. I think it might have just been the colour scheme. But they have a lot of Germans fight in it, so maybe that's also why. I wish the GFL happened. I know they were all washed, but I wanted to see some fighters compete for one last time and get paid good, have them all on TRT. I'm the exact same, man. I wanted to see it too. And I actually wanted to see Tony Ferguson versus Dylan Dennis. I actually reckon that would have been a cool fight. Like, there was actually some good matchups booked, and like there was a lot of guys who probably wouldn't fight if they didn't do it. Speaking of PFL, Cedric Doumbé fell off pretty bad. I think Doumbé's taking time off because he's doing a comedy. He's on a comedy tour. Yeah, Cedric Doumbé's a comedian, believe it or not. He does comedy. Apparently, he's like decently big in France for his comedy. 2020, 1FC is in deep debt. Yeah, I know. 1FC is just repeatedly in debt, but they just keep surviving somehow. I don't know what I don't know how they're still afloat, but I don't mind. I like their cards, so I'm glad to see. Are you dead ass? He's a comedian, lol. Yeah, Cedric Doumbé is a comedian. Let me see. Obviously, it's in French, so I can't like watch it or anything. I don't speak French, but yeah, he does comedy. Yeah, look, here he is. He's him doing a comedy sketch. Look, here's him doing comedy. Cedric Doumbé, comedy, stand up. He does like a stand up routine and everything. That was in June. I don't know what would Cedric Doumbé even make jokes about, to be honest. Like I'd be very interested to watch it if I could speak French. Should have come back and had his retirement fight against Pantoja. I'm sure he'd get a lot more respect now, and he'd finish where he started. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen DJ versus Pantoja, but unfortunately, it's never going to happen. They should do like a jiu-jitsu match or something, though. I wouldn't mind seeing that, you know. They won't fight each other in like an MMA fight, but jiu-jitsu would be cool, I reckon. Like, why not? I'm sure he made a joke about the glass on his foot. Oh, he 100% would have. That to this day, I'm still pissed off at Mark Goddard for stopping that fight. Like, come on, man. Like, he literally, like, you could have just taken the splinter or the glass out. But no, he gets a TKO, and he was doing so good against Baki in that fight too. Like, he was starting to take over a bit. Like, oh, that was one of my most pissed off Mark Goddard moments. Because Mark Goddard, like, was yelling at his face. He's like, oi, stop it. Oi, stop it. Cedric, stop it. You know, he's like doing that little voice he does, like when he yells at fighters, and I don't know, does that. I hate when he does that. When he talks like he talks trash to fighters. Like, bro, he's literally got a piece of glass in his foot. Remove it. You can't stop a fight. You can't give the win to a guy because he stepped in glass. He shouldn't have been in the cage. Mark Goddard stops every fight early, but let Charles eat huge shots afterwards. Yeah, I know. The one time Mark Goddard doesn't do an early stoppage, he lets Charles Oliveira get absolutely fucking decimated. Like, he lets Charles Oliveira's skull get fucking fractured. I don't like that one bald ref, the one that ruined Colby and Usman moment. Oh, you're talking about... Oh, what's his name? Dan Murtiago? Oh, what's his name? Metriago. No, my God, I can't... Murgriata? Dan Murgriata, I think his name is, something like that. Dan Murgiata. Something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it off the top of my head. Murgiata. Murgiata. That's it. Dan Murgiata. You know one of the refs? What's his name? Beltron. You know Beltron is in he was in a prison. Not a prison. He was in a police gang. Like, he has police gang tattoos. Like, in Los Angeles, they have, like, police gangs within the police department who, like, go and commit, like, crimes within the police department, and he has gang tattoos. So, Beltron is in a police gang, allegedly, which is pretty crazy. Fuck, what's his name? It's not Beltron. Mike Beltron? Is it Mike? I think is it Mike Beltron? I think it's Mike Beltron. Yeah, it's Mike Beltron. Yeah, he was in a police gang, which is crazy. Because yeah, he's got like gang tattoos, which is interesting. Beltron is the same dumbass that let Makayev show Cape bare ass to the world and didn't take a point for it. Yeah, I know. That's another fight that really annoyed me. Like, out of all the fights for Cape, because Cape has really good takedown defense. So that really annoys me that he almost breaks his toe in that fight. Are you sure Mike Beltran is a white supremacist? You know he's Mexican. Like, he's Mexican-American. Which, actually, to be fair, he probably is now that I'm thinking about it. Like, there is a large amount of Latino white supremacists out there, actually. So him being Mexican probably increases his chance of being a white supremacist. The majority of white supremacists are not white. That's like a true fact. Like, the majority are like not white people. Like, it's pretty funny. Like, they're either like Mexican, Latino, Indian, like South Asian. Like, it's funny how like the biggest white supremacists aren't even white. It's crazy. Like, the most racist, most pro-white person you'll meet was never a guy with white skin. It'll be some sort of like Asian or Latino. You got to read my previous joke comment in a French accent. Not just... Wait, which one was it? Ah, I went to the Bulgaria to get chocolate, and the baker asked, "Would you like a pena chocolate?" And I said, "Not in lines." Audience roars and laughter. Ha ha ha. That was actually pretty good. That was a good one. I like how you spelled chocolate. Let's see. I know a few Asian ones. Mostly Latinos, they get bullied by whites that want to be white. Yeah. It's unfortunate though. Latinos are cool people. I don't know why people would pick on. I don't know. I've never had a problem with any Latinos, but we don't have a big community here. But Latinos seem pretty cool to me. I don't know why Americans are like, oh, we don't want them in this country and all this stuff. Like, I don't know. Mexicans are pretty chill people. And like Latinos, they've got cool food, cool culture. Like, if there's any group you're going to not want in your country, why the Latinos? I don't know. I don't get the Latino hate. Can you do Kai Kara France, Moldy War Cry? Toa, toa, moa, toa, oa, moa. That's all I know. I don't even think that was right. That's I literally when I try and do like a hacker like impression, I literally just start like making random noises. I can't. I'm not moldy. I don't know how to do it. It's mostly racist. Yeah. But even like Latinos are cool. Yeah, Latinos are cool, good people for the most part. From all my experience, they're pretty cool people. You know. They all just seem so happy. Like all the Latinos who live in Australia are like the happiest people. They're all happy, vibrant, full of life. They just love dancing, and that's it. They just love to dance and eat good food. It seems like and fuck. That's it. That's all the Latinos like here, I guess. They seem like my type of people. You know, good food, good dancing, good sex. You know, Latinos are cool. Plus, Spanish is a cool ass language. You know, it's a cool language to hear. You know. Latinos are the best. Most Latinos in Oz must be Argentines. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think they're Salvadorians. I think they're actually in the 80s and 90s. A lot of Salvadorian refugees moved to Australia during the Salvadorian Civil War. So the biggest communities like the Salvadorians and the people from Argentines. Dude, I can't believe we fought Kai out of Yeah, I know that was bad, man. That was one of my worst predictions. Like he just showed such good takedown defense and grappling defense. How did he just immediately just have like the worst performance of all time against Pantoja, man? Like I don't know. I just thought he would do so much better. Fought on New Zealanders. I like New Zealanders. One of my best friends is Kiwi, so I love the Kiwi people. They're really nice. The Islander women though, fucking very dangerous women. That's all I'm gonna say. I had like a moldy woman, like Islander woman, try and stalk me at one point. That was very scary. She would ring me 100 times a day on no caller ID, and then when I'd pick up, she wouldn't even talk. It was very weird. She'd make fake accounts to try and contact me after I blocked her as well. It's because Latinos used to be the minority. Now we're the backbone of the US, and some people don't like it. I mean, that's still technically the minority, but they're definitely the biggest minority group in the US. You should have made love with her better. Oh, I did. I did before she blocked me. Duh. Then why do you think she was so crazy? It's because I gave her that D. I dignified her. What do they say? Brainwashed. I dickwashed her, I guess. I don't know. I can't think of the word. But no, she was like dickmatized. That's it. Dickmatized is the word I'm looking for. But like, I don't know. That was crazy. So many fake accounts. She'd make like fake Snapchats. She'd keep like messaging me and texting me to unblock her. And she sent me like 12 messages, 12 texts, just me telling me to unblock me. And then afterwards, she's like, fine. And then 5 minutes later, she'd message me again. I was like, bro, like, you're crazy. I don't want to talk to you. Please leave me alone. Kai is inconsistent. I knew we would lose. Yeah, Kai is very inconsistent. Would you ever sleep with an indigenous or start a family, settle in a tribe? I mean, like the ones that had contact with. Well, like of my country. No, I would not go and. But if it's like, do you mean like an Amazonian? Like one of those Amazonian tribes, I 100% would. I would find my way into one of those Amazonian Brazilian tribes, 100%. Those women are very gorgeous. I would get the respect of the father. I'd fight the head of the tribe in hand-to-hand combat to win the chief's daughter. 318 might just be rock bottom for 2025. Yeah, it's a very weak one. Is it because you called her a dragon? I did not call her a dragon, no. I think she was just a bit mentally ill in it, you know, just mental illness in it. But, yeah, it was crazy. It was weird. It was very bizarre. It was very insane, you know. Haven't dealt with anything like that ever since, thankfully. But hey, this is how you learn, you know. But definitely weird. But yeah, Em, are you talking like any indigenous tribe? Because yeah, like I said, Amazonian, 100%. But like I would go to the Amazonian rainforest. I'd love to live my days in the Amazon rainforest. No technology and anything like that. I feel like it'd be so chill. Like how that. Have you guys ever watched Penny P bagged a tard? Maybe a couple. You know, maybe a few tards here and there. When you hang around women long enough, they all become tards. But probably the same with guys. I feel like everyone's just secretly a tard. But what was I gonna say? Oh, have you guys watched? I think his name's Kurt Kaz. I think his name is. Have you guys seen that guy? The guy who goes around all the countries and everything like that. He always hangs around like little tribes and stuff like that in Brazil. Obviously, not like no contact tribes, but he hangs around like the little tribal areas of Brazil and stuff like that. I love watching Kurt Kaz's videos. The South African dude. He looks like Drickus du Plessis. I like his videos. He makes good content. He's also got a martial arts background. I think he's done jiu-jitsu and a bunch of stuff. Bro's just going around traveling the world and sex tourism, and he's making money for it, I guess. Don't know if he's generally a sex tourist, but he does just go around and hang around like beautiful women all around the world. You see Kurt Kaz Italy video? I can't believe they fucked up around that bad. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. I don't like that they've done Italy like that. Like, how are you letting all these like refugees who aren't even refugees going and being homeless, sitting around doing drugs in front of like near like I don't know, in like such a beautiful city? Rome used to be so beautiful. What about the Sentinelese tribe, the one where they are hostile and kill people, but they make an exception for you? No, I'm not going to. The thing about that tribe is, at least with the Amazonian tribes, I think they have at least built a tolerance to the common cold. If I went to the Sentinelese tribe, I think I would kill them because I would give them so many random diseases and illnesses and sickness just because I live in a modern country. Like, with tribes like that, they will go extinct if they have contact with someone like me, you know? I might bring over a cold, I might go with a stuffy nose, and then the whole tribe's dead, you know? Like AIDS. Well, I wouldn't have AIDS, but I think I think the common cold would be like AIDS to them. If they get the cold, they're probably gone. Kurt has some balls. He goes to the hoods and he definitely sticks out. Yeah, definitely he sticks out. Kurt has some training. I wonder if he watches UFC and knows it. He does. I think I've seen him and Drickus du Plessis interacted, or at least he's replied to people who call him Drickus. He actually no. There's a video. He hung out with Poliana Viana. That's it. He hung out with Poliana Viana when he went to Brazil. You know he definitely hit Poliana Viana. You know he definitely hit that. Get vaccinated? I don't think it would. Vaccinations. I would need to vaccinate the tribe. I don't think me being vaccinated would help the tribe in any way. I think if I was sick or whatever. Yeah, Poliana Viana is a bit of a clout goblin. Not gonna lie, you can tell. She's hanging around Raul Rosas. I don't know if that's just a friendship or whatever, but she's hung around Colby, Alex Pereira. Like I don't know. I feel like she's just goes to whoever's like viral at the moment. You know, definitely all about the clout. But yeah, you know, she's as they say, I would say she's probably the definition of like a succubus, probably. But yeah, she's getting that chee wee wee. Yeah, probably. God, the age difference is crazy. How old is Poliana Viana? She's got to be at least 15 years older than fucking Raul Rosas. Wait, that was Viana in that Kurt Kaz Asai video on Brazil 11, bro. All these years I didn't even realize until you just mentioned it. Yeah, I don't know if it was the Asai video, but yeah, there was a video where he just straight hung out with Poliana Viana in the octagon. Well, not the octagon, being on I mean Kurt Kaz. Let's look it up. Let me see. Let me look up. I'm sure they hung out. Let's see. It didn't come up, but no, I've seen them together. They did hang out. There was a video of them together. Oh, here it is. Kurt Kazwood, professional MMA fighter, Poliana Viana. He met the family, something right there, and they were taking it. Oh, no. That was different. I think that was an actual tribe. Nah, this is... he only met her in, like, April this year, I think. See? I think that was a completely different woman, the Asai video. That was, like, an actual, like... yeah, just some native Brazilian woman, I think. But yeah, he met Polyana Viana. But oh yeah, I was gonna look up how old is Polyana Viana. Oh, let's look. She's like 12 years older than Raul Rosas Jr. That's weird. That's sort of odd. Not too weird, but like just because he's like literally a he's like freshly legal type. He's like only 20. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's not anything going on there. Raul Rosas keeps popping up everywhere though. I watched a video where some woman was like asking for directions or asking some like question, and Raul Rosas just like popped up out of nowhere. She's kind of weird, but I'll still hit. I don't care. Yeah, probably. I'd get myself tested afterwards, or at least wear a rubber, probably. Because who knows where she's been. Respectfully, Polyana Viana. But, like, come on. If she's been with Colby, who literally shat on her country, imagine who else she's been with. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Anyway, I'll probably head off in like 5 minutes because there's like barely anybody in the stream. But yeah, I'll go off in 5 minutes. But it's good to see you guys again. I got to go live more often. I took a couple days off, so I'll work on going live a bit more. Just got busy with stuff. Trying to balance having a life and also having a YouTube channel. Who's got the highest body count in the UFC? Oh, I like this question. Probably Brian Ortega. I reckon Brian Ortega. Would you ever do vlogs? Yeah, I'd 100% do vlogs. I reckon probably like Brian Ortega or like... maybe Conor McGregor, to be honest. Conor McGregor just cheats, so he'd probably be pretty decently high. But it also depends how long it took for him to cheat. That's another question. Maybe Pereira, though. Pereira is an underrated one, I reckon. Pereira is like always he's always going around with different girls all the time. I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. You see that one UFC fighter that became a prostitute? It's probably her that's got the highest body count. Which fighter was that? I can't remember off the top of my head who that is. GSP does. GSP, they don't call him George St. Pimp for no reason. No, let me actually try and like break down who I'd think. Or at least all right, you know what? Let's break down what champion would have the highest body count. Let's look at the champions. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. But then a video came out where that chick, her friend, like pretty much like denounced that anything bad happened to her. All right, let's. Where are the current? Ankalaev definitely has the lowest body count. Does he even have a wife? He might still be a virgin, to be honest. All right, I reckon out of the champions, I reckon Merab, 100%. I'm calling it Merab. I reckon Merab's got the highest body count out of all of them. Merab he's always hanging around not prostitutes, but like porn stars and hanging around all these chicks all the time. And I've seen the women Merab hangs out with. I remember Merab told Ilya Taporia that he should like cheat on his wife with all the girls in his DMs. So I reckon Merab is 100% gets the most action. Yeah, Merab. I feel like Merab's on any hole is a goal type of guy. Like Merab is not like he sees the hole and he's like, all right, I'm in. Like, yeah, it's gotta be Merab. Maybe. How long's Volk been with his wife? Maybe Rugby Volk was probably pulling a lot. I reckon when Volk was a rugby lad, I reckon he was probably getting around. But I reckon Merab, 100%. Looking at these guys, Merab's up there. I was actually thinking I was gonna do a tier list, like ranking UFC fighters body count tier list or something like that. I have a few interesting tier list videos coming up that I'm gonna like start doing. 5. I feel like Drickus is probably Drickus is up there though, because Drickus is like a good looking dude, but I don't know how long he's been with his girlfriend. I feel like, but Drickus is like sort of religious dude. Maybe he was not super religious. Maybe he's going around fucking whatever moves. But Merab 100%. JDM, he's been with his wife for like over 10 years. Ilya Taporia, I don't know how long he's been with his wife, but he's very dedicated to his wife. Yeah, it's got to be Merab. Merab 100%. That's my prediction. He doesn't seem too religious during the press conference. That's true. If DDP slept around his coach would cow throttle him exactly. Like, I reckon Marab. I've talked to so many like female MMA fans, and they've all told me Marab's just been in their DM. So like Marab, 100%. He goes every time he's in a new city. You know he's hitting up like fucking fans left, right, and center. But if we're going champs of all time, Luke Rockhold, yeah, Luke Rockhold, because Luke Rockhold's good looking, and I feel like he would also maybe, you know, go a bit down if he really needed to. You know, he wouldn't always go for like the tens. Like, have you guys seen when Luke Rockhold went on that like dating show and he like was touching the girl's ass and he was like, "Yeah, damn girl, do you spit or swallow?" Like, if he was a, he doesn't have the most riz. Let's just say that can't talk to girls very well. He's just a pretty face to girls, I think. Do you spit or swallow, girl? Like, he said something like that. It was so bad. But yeah, out of those, it's got to be Marab. John Jones probably would have been higher than Marab. He can't talk, but his looks get him by. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I think, isn't Rockhold like balding a little bit now? Like, he's probably, if he loses his looks, he's fucked. I mean, he's still tall, though. Tallness is a big thing in this day and age, so. Not gonna lie. Nah, bro, you're forgetting the biggest dog of all, Rampage Jackson. But didn't Rampage say when he went to Japan, like, he couldn't really pull any girls because they weren't into black dudes? I swear Rampage said something along them lines, didn't he? Like, he said when he went to Japan, like, the Japanese, he couldn't really pull any Japanese when he was there. So, like, that's a big, you know, he's missing the Japanese market. Be honest, can you trust a man who cheats? It depends. It depends on the circumstances, but it's hard. I thought he said he had a few Japanese kids. No. He does have a Japanese kid, but I swear he said that it's not as easy to like pull in Japan, like for black guys. I think he said the white fighters was easier for. I swear I heard that somewhere. Maybe it wasn't Rampage. Maybe it was another fighter then. But I swear Rampage said something along that line, like it's harder for the Japanese. Like to pull Japanese women as a black guy. I don't know. I swear I heard that somewhere, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering. I want a cream pie Nina drama. Fair enough. Nina would let you. But yeah, thinking of current champs of all time is like, I reckon I wasn't a champ, but Tank Abbott was fucking pulling back in his day. I'm trying to think, man, of like. Okay, what fighter this is gonna be a weird one, but I reckon out of all the fighters in the UFC, I reckon like Shara Bullett's probably still a virgin. It's gotta be some like Dagestani super religious guy who's still a virgin, who's just like for any fighters, because like it would be one who's not married and who's like super religious. And Shara Magomedov like beat the shit out of some like guy for kissing his own girlfriend in public. So Shara Magomedov seems like he'd be super religious. Of all time, probably Randy Couture. Oh yeah, yeah. Good call, good call. But you got to factor in this day and age, it's a lot easier to pull. These guys don't know how to use social media. Like, with guys like Marab, they can literally just, like, DM a girl, get them to meet up with them, and then boom, that's it. You know, they're rich, they're famous. So I reckon this day and age, the average body count for UFC fighters would go up quite a lot. Like, if you had a bro who you've known for a while but secretly cheats on his wife, yeah, it'd be tough. I mean, I've had friends who've sort of cheated, but not fully cheated. They've like, and I still trust them. But to be fair, I think it's only one of my friends, and he did it when he was under the influence. No, I don't care. Bilal is still a virgin. Oh yeah, Bilal 100%. Because I don't think Bilal's married, but Bilal's not actually as religious. I don't think, because he wore the pride shorts. So I feel like he would have sex before marriage. If he's willing to wear pride shorts, I'm sure he's willing to have premarital sex. I don't know. I feel like this would be a good video idea, right? I mean, this is like the most live, this is the most like interactive conversation we've had for a while. Dariush's first girlfriend and his wife. Yeah, I agree. Dariush probably 1-1. But you also got to realize that in this day and age, you can get your news posted on social medias where 20 years ago, Randy could sleep with anyone and the girls would have no fear. That's also true. I feel like for the champions like 20 years ago, they had to have more game. While this day and age, the fighters don't need more game. You're welcome for the change of topic. Yeah, I was going to go 5 minutes ago, but fuck that. I'll stay a bit longer because this conversation is very stimulating. Ian Gary's wife. I reckon Ian Gary's probably got a low body count, to be honest. He's been with his wife for quite a while, and she was probably, I was going to say grooming. I don't mean grooming in the Pat Barry type of way, but, you know, they were probably talking and stuff like that for a while before they dated as well. He got married at 24. Yeah, I think he got married pretty young, and they were dating for a while before that, because she was his manager for a while as well. Ian Gary's got one of the roughest hairlines in MMA, by the way. Forgot to tell you, I saw Ian Gary in Vegas. Dude had a bodyguard and a big-ass German Shepherd. His wife looked like his aunt compared to him. Yeah. I don't know, Ian Gary's... He's gonna look really old in like 5 years' time. I'm telling you, manager. Talk about sleeping with the talent. The thing is, Layla Machado was like trying to hit up Dylan Dennis a couple years ago. Like, you know, she was trying to hit up a lot of like fighters who were gonna like seen as the next big thing. You know, like not saying she was like hitting him up to date them or anything, but you gotta imagine it's a bit sus. You know, she was hitting up all this other talent to hang out with her and stuff like that. Ian Gary's the reason why there's wooden chairs in the corner of hotel rooms. Ian Gary married the Harvey Weinstein of females is crazy. She hit up Masvidal too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's definitely hit up a lot of fighters like when they like shine a little bit but she decided to go the full, you know, get with him before he becomes big and famous. You know, to be fair to her, you know, she made a right call. You know, he's gotten big. He's gotten a lot of wins. Interview Ian Gary. I don't think Ian Gary will let me interview him, to be honest. I think that ship has sailed. I've interviewed his wife, actually. Hey, you know, you got with one of the up-and-coming MMA fighters, you know, now here's the upcoming MMA YouTuber, Benny P, you know? No, I'm kidding. Fuck that. But, like, yeah. It is crazy, you know? It's crazy. You can tell what her intentions sort of were, but, hey, it paid off. They've got a kid out of it, so... A lot of a cookie thing, yeah, for a bit of a couplings, cockalings. Yeah, it's crazy. I just can't wait for McGregor to end up beefing with Ian Gary and to message him and say, your wife's in my DMs, hey, baby. Because you know what will happen? I mean, Conor McGregor ended up beefing with Paul Hughes, so you know Conor McGregor will probably beef with Ian Gary one day. It'll happen. Somewhere. I mean, the guy beefed with Artem Lobov, one of his best friends. He'll eventually beef with Ian Gary. People forget, man. Ian is a cougar marauder. To be fair, she tamed him, I think. I mean, look at the guy now. He's starting to look her age, you know. His hairline's fucking pretty rough at the moment. Not gonna lie, Paul Hughes kind of snarked McGregor. Like, snaked him, do you mean? They will hit up Paul in revenge. I got a buddy who was in the UFC and heard through the vines that Dana makes the ring girls bang fighters to gain favor. Well, I remember there was an interview with Dana White's wife, his mum, and she said that Dana was banging all the ring girls. So I'll take her word for it, you know, but she was just shitting on Dana, so... But she was saying that Dana's a narcissist and that he lied about helping his grandma. He said he was going to get his grandma money to move out of her trailer and all this stuff. And then she ended up not hearing from him and ended up passing away, I think. Dana probably bangs the ring girls to gain favor, yeah. Dude kissed Habib's ass after the fight when he tried to get McGregor to corner him. That's true. But I think he was just trying to be respectful. And, you know, Conor, in Conor's eyes, you can't show any respect to McGregor. You can't show any respect to Habib, or it just means you're like a snake. I feel like that's also worth mentioning. Dee deserves better. I'll make her my wife, and I may not have money, but I'll give her my wee and then 3 more kids. How many kids do you reckon McGregor's probably got out there from his extramarital affairs? Like, how many like illegitimate McGregors do you think there are running around the world? Like, I reckon if McGregor's kids get to like go on like one of those like ancestry websites, I reckon a bunch of half brothers and sisters will end up popping up in a couple years' time for sure. Did you see Ian Gary's interview with Hawani prior to the Prates fight? Was that where he was saying that he's more Brazilian than Prates? Because, yeah, that was a weird one. That was very weird. I don't like when fighters say that. Like, bro, he's from Brazil. How could you be more fucking Brazilian than him? Boarding with acne like a 50-year-old teen. Yeah, he looks rough, man. He looks rough. Have you guys seen the video where it's like him bringing flowers and chocolates to apologize to his wife? He just, yeah, it's she's just humiliating him. Like Andrew Tate, Conor probably has at least 10 kids somewhere else around the world and paid off the mums, yeah. Ian for sure does roids. Yeah, he doesn't have like the greatest build, but I don't know. A lot of these fighters have so many symptoms. Like he's balding at like, how old is he? He's like, I mean, he's not, it's not, he's like 27, 28, and he's been balding for like 2 years already. It's like he looks a lot older than he should. And all of that's a sign of roids. McGregor knows what he's doing by not marrying her. He does, because if he marries her, she will just take all of his money. But I mean, he could get a prenup, but Ian is probably kinky and takes the strap on from his ex-wife's husband. Probably, wouldn't surprise me, man. Roy's don't inherently give you a great physique. Yeah, I know, you got to work on it still and everything, but like, you'd think you would at least, if you're going to do roids, you at least got to work on your physique. I wish there was a documentary crew following Conor around during his escapades like they did for the UFC. I would love like a Conor McGregor, like keeping up with the McGregors. Imagine that for like a reality show. Do you believe Usman was ever on roids? I love Usman, but he was 100% on roids. He 100% was. Like, you can't deny the acne. There is no way he's getting like all that acne if he isn't doing like any type of anabolic steroids or anything like that. Would you ever join the MacLife media team? Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I've been talking to Oscar Willis lately, actually. He messaged me. So I've been talking to Oscar Willis for the last couple of days. So I'll join him. I like MacLife. Oscar Willis, he messaged me because I did a tweet to, and I fucking roasted MMA Joey on Twitter the other day. Because he said that Bonfim should have won 30-27 over Wonderboy. And then I said this to him. Where is it? Let me find my tweet. Yeah, that's what I said to MMA Joey. Because he was like, Bonfim arguably won 30-27 and you clowns acting like he was robbed. The MMA base is beyond brain dead. I know he's rage baiting, but he's just annoying. Like, he's just annoying. And I like to just, I don't know, it's fun to just bully him a little bit. So I said, stop reading fast food menus and read the scoring criteria, you stupid fat cunt. You don't win round 3 from getting outstruck and holding a neutral position. And then I ended up getting like 900 likes on it. So, the people really don't like MMA Joey. Cooked him like a Macca's burger. Yeah, I don't know. I just seen that. I was like, fuck. I was so pissed that Wonderboy got robbed. I was like, fuck it. I know that he's rage baiting. Like, don't get me wrong. I know he rage baits and that's what he does. But I don't care. I have to tell him he's fat. I just had to. All the replies were like, own that blob of dough. Base, cook that pig. It's just... Somebody said, holy fuck, you cooked him. Got to make sure he doesn't eat himself. I wasn't able to see the fight in its entirely, but Bonfim was landing left hooks all day until he got rocked late into the second by the head kick. Yeah, first round, 100% Bonfim's round. Second round, Thompson's round. Third round, he should have got the third round because all Bonfim was trying to survive, but he was in a neutral position. He was just clinching him against the fence. He didn't throw a single strike in the clinch, while Wonderboy was actually punching him in the clinch. Like, Wonderboy 100% did more damage in the third round. I was furious with that decision. I picked Bonfim, but I was still fucking so pissed off that Wonderboy got robbed. I was so close to picking Wonderboy in that fight too, man. I was so close. Because I've never really rated Bonfim that highly. He's got a really bad gas tank. Bad gas tank, not the best striking defense. I think he'll probably lose to most guys in the top 15. Thompson with Charles BJJ would be undefeated, 100%. Actually, let's go through the welterweight division real quick. Because oh my god, Bonfim's probably ranked now, isn't he? That's rough. Bonfim is probably a ranked welterweight. Oh, don't tell me they're taking Wonderboy out of the rankings. That'll be sad. Big John has said that judges do score close rounds to the fighters that the promotion wants to win because they want to continue judging for that promotion. Yeah. But, like, Bonfim's not even, like, the most, like, marketable guy in the world. Okay, they haven't changed the thing yet. But here's the fighters that I think would beat Bonfim. I think Prates would beat Bonfim. I think Jeff Neal 100% would destroy Bonfim. Jeff Neal is probably one of the toughest matchups for him. He'd probably beat Gilbert Burns. He could probably beat Colby. I think Buckley's a tough matchup for him. I think Morales would destroy Bonfim. Gary beats Bonfim. Usman beats Bonfim. He probably beats Leon Edwards. Shavkat, he would beat Shavkat would beat Bonfim. Brady would beat Bonfim. Bilal probably beats Bonfim. JDM beats Bonfim. I'd even probably pick Kevin Holland to beat Bonfim, to be honest. Randy Brown, yeah, I think Randy Brown would beat Bonfim. Randy Brown should have been getting the Wonderboy fight. This is what annoys me about the UFC. Why are the UFC giving Wonderboy, Bonfim, a grappler, when they're the Randy Brown fight, an actual striker, a guy who's going to stand and bang with Wonderboy? Why do you not make that fight? Like, seriously. They should hire fighters to score fighters, the judges, they become judges. Now, the thing is, though, when fighters do become judges, they're still really bad at it. Like, some of the worst judges are fighters. But they should let like I don't know, they should just find people from MMA YouTube and let them fucking score fights. At that point, I'd rather like get like an actual get fans to fucking score the fight or something. Like do like a vote. Actually, no, don't do that because then there would be so many rigged decisions if you did that. Like if they did fan voting where the fans could vote, it would end up so bad. Like they would just vote for every fighter they didn't like to lose. Fighters become judges doesn't make sense. There's too many biases that can happen. 100%. I think they want Wonderboy to retire. The UFC doesn't like old fighters, which is why they release Yoel Romero. Yeah, but like I hate it. Like Wonderboy's cool. He's got a unique style. Like they need to let him keep fighting. I reckon they should do Wonderboy versus. Oh man, I don't even know. If they did fan voting, Bilal and Ankalaev would have never became champs. Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's why I was like thinking, I was like, nah, that's stupid as fuck. They can't do fan voting. That would be horrible. That'd be so bad. It'd be good for like your fan favorite fighters, but like there would be no merit left in the sport anymore. Wonder Boy, what is the secret of your powers? Maybe they could do Jake Matthews versus Wonder Boy. That would make some sense. Usyk would have beat Pantoja if they did fan voting. I know, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, man. We almost had Usyk as champ, man. You know, the thing is, Wonder Boy might have the best walkout song. I love it, man. I love it. Wonder Boy, what is the secret of your powers? I love it. I love it so much. And I hate that out of all the fights, he had Jack Black and Tenacious D walk him out. Why did it have to be against Shavkat Rakhmonov? Like, out of all the fights, man, like, seriously, like, one of the toughest fights for him. Why couldn't you have done it when he fought Kevin Holland? Wonder Boy's a virgin. Nah, Wonder Boy slays 100%. I think Wonder Boy had a girlfriend at one point. Jake Matthews looked great, but every time he does, he fights like shit his next fight. I know it's bad. Like, Jake Matthews has never had more than a free fight winning streak since being in the UFC. So if he gets a win, I will believe in him a bit more. If he breaks the free fight winning streak curse, he still has a GF. Yeah, Wonder Boy 100% is not a virgin. I thought at one point he might be, but nah, he 100%. He has like a pretty girlfriend as well, so. But maybe knows, maybe he's waiting until marriage, but surely not. But yeah, Jake Matthews looks so good against Chitty. Really good. Showed he's actually used his grappling fought with a good fight IQ. Next fight, he's gonna get chinned by Charles Radke. It's what happens. I can never get excited for Jake Matthews. Until he proves me wrong, I just can't be excited. Unfortunately, I really like Jake Matthews, but like, I don't know. It's gonna be hard to. I'll pick him if he's got the right fight. Like I think he would beat Gilbert Burns if they would have booked that because I think Burns is really washed, but. He used to talk about how he was a womanizer when he was a young man. Who Wonder Boy did? I could see Wonder Boy as a womanizer, to be honest. Bro, I really thought Jake Matthews was a potential star when he KO'd Fiala, but then he gets schooled by Semelsberger. The thing is, he didn't look that bad against Semelsberger. He just couldn't take Semelsberger's power, He fought such a stupid fight. If he just wrestled, he could have 100% beat Semelsberger with ease. He just fought so stupid in that fight. Like, I don't know. The thing about Jake Matthews is he can only be good at one thing in the fight. He either goes into a fight as a really good boxer or he goes into a fight with really good jiu-jitsu. He can't be good at both in the same fight. It's really weird. Like, it's like he can only train one really well. Yeah, Wonder Boy. Maybe womanizer was the wrong word, but he pulled 100%. I can believe Wonder Boy pulled. He's not like a bad-looking guy. Ari Gala, hello. Good to see you. Is this the same person who was in the chat before? I think this is a different account. For some reason, it's not letting me kick on your name. I picked against Jake Matthews. I picked Jake Matthews. That was my. I would pick. I was glad to get. I was glad to be right. I've only ever picked against, like, for recent fights, I've picked Jake Matthews in all of his fights except Michael Morales, to be fair, though. Like, I picked him to beat Phil Ho. I picked him to beat Semmelsberger, and he lost. But I've picked him. I've actually got a good track record when it comes to Jake Matthews fights. But I knew Michael Morales was a tough fight for him. But he did a lot better than, like, most people have against Morales. Volta Walker is, like, he's just, I'm not picking against him anymore. I'm just going to keep picking him to win by heel hook. Because, like, I don't know, he keeps proving me wrong at this point. I can't doubt my goat, Volta Walker, anymore. The thing is, he came out there and he fought like a heavyweight Pantoja. Wait, what happened? Oh, for some reason, when you waved it, when you did, like, the said hi with the wave, it wouldn't let me click on your past activity. So I thought, like, you're on a different account or something. But no, it's still the same account. But yeah, Volta Walker, he fights like a heavyweight Pantoja in a way. He just runs forward recklessly and then just shoots his takedowns. Like, I love it. I hope Volta Walker, it goes far. Maybe, actually, they might do Volta Walker versus Derek Lewis now that I'm thinking about it. I could see that. And he might just brutally KO. He might get brutally KO'd by Derek Lewis, though. I don't know how he lost to Lucas Bresky, though. That blows my mind. To be fair, like, Kennedy's the first, like, good fighter he's beat. Like, Junior Tuffer has pretty negative grappling IQ. And the other guy he beat, like, Dontel Mays, isn't, like, great either. But, like, beating, like, Kennedy like that with a guy with lighter man skill is actually impressive, you know. You beat a guy who's a former light heavyweight. I actually rate that because light heavyweights are a lot more skilled. Volta wasn't losing after his brother Saturn had the move. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, Junior Tough, fucking, yeah, his grappling is awful. It's so bad. I thought, like, yeah, you know, he's at light heavyweight now. But no, he's still, the thing is, he's got all right takedown defense, but once he gets taken down, he's done. He's not getting back up. He's stuck there once he gets taken down. What do you think Pantoja can do to get more fans? He's generally a great champ. Probably just talk maybe a bit more, not talk trash, but, like, be a bit more like Mystic Mac, you know, like, be a bit more cocky in press conferences probably, but don't change your personality, or just, like, talk about his dad more. He needs to talk more about his dad. Like, yeah, you proud of me now, bitch? Like, he needs to shit talk his dad more. Have you watched the Thai Fight League? Is it Muay Thai or is it MMA? Getting finished Tuco by Tokos is pathetic, man. Yeah, it's a bad look. It's a really bad look, not gonna lie. Shouldn't be getting finished by Tuco Tokos. But who knows, man? Maybe Tokos goes on a run. Yeah, you know, he survived Navo Sterling. You know, he survived against Umar Sai. To be fair, though, Umar Sai, that loss didn't age that well. You know, Umar Sai is not very great. Yeah, Tokos. The other one who's really ran through him is Menyang Zhang, though, to be fair. But, like, yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel stupid for not picking Tokos, though, you know. It was one of the biggest regrets after the fight. I'm like, yeah, man, it was really obvious. Bro, Tokos is not going on a run. He's not. He's not going on a run. He's 100% not going on a run. That's not going to happen. Yeah, but who knows, man? People forget. Marcin Prachnio lost to Sam Alvey, and then he went on to beat Khalil Roundtree. So you never know, man. Maybe Tokos is going to sub fucking Khalil Roundtree. You know, you never know, bro. You never... You never know, man. Tokos, he might come with that... Oh, I can't even joke about it. Yeah, Tokos is probably going to get chinned his next fight. Brutally. Man, imagine Tuco Tokos getting the belt wrapped around his waist. Imagine seeing Tuco Tokos he subbed Ankalaev with 1 second to go in the 5th round. They're putting the belt on Tuko Tokos. Yeah, exactly. Imagine Tuko Tokos gets like a 5th round submission with 1 second to go, like Paul Craig got Ankalaev, man. We get fucking Tuko Tokos getting the belt wrapped around his waist. Oh, that's such a vision. That's a weird vision I'm seeing in my head. Do you think a good submission is just as entertaining as a KO? It depends. It needs to be like a cool sequence. You know, if like someone's like shooting a takedown, they get reversed, they switch around, they grab the neck, they jump a guillotine, they choke them out cold. That's pretty entertaining. It's Muay Thai on YouTube. They wrap their hands in ropes. This past weekend, I saw a guy get head kicked. His teeth came loose. They called him the fight, and they panned to his kid in the audience. That's crazy. That's fucked. Poor kid, man. Poor kid. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, man. Tokos subs Ankalaev with a second go in the fight. Anyway, this time I'm going to go in like 2 minutes, guys. This time I will actually go, just to let you guys know. Chat's fallen off a little bit. Only 2 people in chat right now. But yeah, Junior Tougher, he just should have stayed on the regional scene and worked on his grappling defense and his get-ups a lot more. Like, I think they probably will keep him. They'll probably give him another fight because he was coming off a win. But, like, Junior Tougher needs to really just go train wrestling defense for a while. Like, that's all he can really do at this point because it is very rough. It's very rough for Junior Tougher to rebound from this. Like, who would you even book him against? Like, everyone who fights him is going to know if they get a takedown, he's done. But, yeah. Poor Junior Tougher, man. He seems like a nice dude as well. Except against Volta Walker when he, like, punched him after the bell. Chat, go to Dagestan 2-3 years and then smash the like button. 100%. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button if you're new. How is Austin Lane still employed? Dude made Petrino look like a monster. I don't know. He's sort of good. Like, Austin Lane's good skill-wise. He just has no chin. I mean, he didn't get chin this fight, but he is, like, sort of good. He's athletic, but he's just... like, again, he looked... Against Mario Pinto, he was looking really good. He dropped him. He was, like, putting on a masterclass and just gets brutally flatlined KO'd. But he also got chinned by Greg Hardy, you know, so he's not, like, particularly great. But, yeah. He's skill-wise, he's not that bad. Who you got, Sonny Bill or Gallen? I think Paul Gallen wins, I reckon. I reckon Paul Gallen gets the W. Paul Gallen's always been a bit of a better boxer than Sonny Bill. Fought a lot of better guys. Mario Pinto is the only heavyweight prospect I think we have now. Yeah, and they'll probably give Pinto to fucking Derek Lewis next, and he'll get brutally chinned out cold in, like, the UK. Knowing how the UFC... The UFC need to calm down with their heavyweight prospects. Can they not just let these guys build their confidence a little bit? Why are they just so eager to throw them right to the lions? Like, for God's sake. Let the old men fight other old men for a little bit. Let them, like, damage each other, and then let the veterans take them out. Do you think Jamal Hill is the worst champ? Maybe not worst champ, but he's up there 100%. Like, the way you can call him champ is literally if Yuri didn't get injured, he would never have been champ, you know? Because obviously we know Yuri beat him. No way Derek fights outside the Southeast US. That's true, to be fair. I don't remember the last time Derek has fought out of the US, actually. Has he ever fought out of the US? I think he might have fought in Poland. Didn't he fight, like, Marcin Tybura in, like, Poland or something? But yeah, they'll probably do like Mario Pinto versus Derek Lewis or Volta Walker versus Derek Lewis. I mean, Volta Walker versus Derek Lewis wouldn't be too bad. Alvin Hine put on a good show, even though taken out. I like Alvin Hines. Now, the worst champ we've had is probably Carla Esparza. Yeah, the second reign was awful. The fact that she became champion off that is crazy. Yeah, just awful, awful. Alvin Hines is making the great heavyweight division fun again. Yeah, they should do Alvin Hines. I reckon Alvin Hines would actually have a good chance against Derek Lewis just because he has a fucking cinder block for a head. I reckon he'd just eat big shot after big shot and gas it. He'd break a broken Derek Lewis, TKO him in the 3rd round. Alvin Hines. You know, Alvin Hines got, like, arrested for, like, armed robbery, apparently. I seen something about that. Alvin Hines. We rocking with McVeigh versus Bruno Ferreira this weekend. The odds are stupid high for McVeigh. Yeah, I'm going with McVeigh. I picked McVeigh. I actually think he's a tough matchup for Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira, sorry. I think Bruno Ferreira doesn't do good against long-rangey opponents. I feel like McVeigh is going to have a good shot here. So I went with McVeigh. Could end up being a bad prediction. I could see him maybe getting chinned because he hasn't beat the best level of guys, but he does pass the eye test. He has a good clinch game. I could see him gassing out Fahea. Yeah, I don't think Fahey is that good, you know. Fahey has never super impressed me. He beat Robocop, but Robocop his chin is so inconsistent. He is like the guy at the bar who says he was champ one time, yeah. The UFC has 8 siblings on the roster, and 4 of them were on the past weekend's card, apparently, yeah. Melissa Martinez was on there. She's brothers with David Martinez. Junior Tuffer, Justin Tuffer, Walter Walker, Johnny Walker. Who was the other one? I can't remember off the top of my head. Who fought last weekend? Oh, and Gabriel Bonfim and Ismail Bonfim. Yeah, the Bonfim brothers. Yeah. Yeah, crazy when you think about it like that. To heal the Achilles injury really messed him up. It looks like he completely do. Yeah, that's also another fair point. Like, Hill was much better when he had a functioning Achilles. Also, there were 3 fighters moving weight classes, which must be a record. Yeah, that was cool. It was cool to see all these guys moving up and moving down. It was good to see some new faces in the divisions. I always like when people change divisions. It always opens up for fresh matchups. But yeah, man, Derek Lewis, goddamn, we're gonna have Derek Lewis main eventing fucking fight nights in like 2030 at this rate. You can't get rid of Derek Lewis. You know, as long as there's fat, morbidly obese heavyweights, Derek Lewis will have a place on the roster. Thomas Peterson is teammates with Hines, and he wants to fight Deniz. He could probably beat Deniz, to be honest. If he can wrestle, he can beat him. Kelvin Qatar is officially done. Sad to see. Yeah, he made Steve Garcia look like a prime Conor McGregor on the feet. He was like putting a striking masterclass. Like Garcia's like a wrestler as well who has power. He typically doesn't go out there and outstrike people. He'd catch people, but he's more of a grappler who's got heavy hands, and he just went out there and outstruck Kelvin. That was a bad look. I don't know who Kelvin beats at this point. Like prime Kelvin beats Steve Garcia probably. He definitely beats Yusuf Zalal. If Hines gets the belt, that would be real life Rocky shit. I hope so. Mark Hunt lost his debut, and he was like he had a losing record, and he made it to a title fight. Alvin Hines can do it. I'll never forget that one time Steve Garcia got chins bad against Suma Durji. It was Mahashate, not Suma Durji. Suma Durji's the flyweight. The New England cartel has never impressed me. Yeah, outside of Rob Font and Kelvin Guitar, literally they're just all can crushers, you know. They're all can crushers. Like that guy who fought Chase Hooper and he fought Rebecca. I forgot what his name is. That guy had one of the worst records. There was the guy who fought Delgado. I forgot his name, but he had a really bad record. Like he fought. Oh my god, what's the guy's name? What's the guy's name who beat GM3? He has like the most fights. The legend Jay Ellis. He had Jay Ellis on his record twice. One of the guys from New England cartel. They all can crush. Those New England promotions, you can't trust them because they literally just like they just destroy cans. Like, you know, you can't really say that they're all good prospects. Steve Garcia fought Ricky Tercios. He did. He lost to Ricky Tercios, and now he's beating Calvin Guitar. Crazy how it works. Steve Garcia almost lost to Charlie Ontiveros, but he's just like Charlie Ontiveros had more success than Calvin Guitar did. Isn't mixed martial arts like the greatest sport in the world, guys? I think they've all fought JLS. Yeah, every single one of the New England cartel guys have fought JLS probably, if they're within his weight class. But yeah, I love Jay Ellis, man. I want to interview Jay Ellis. He's a legend of the sport, low key. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna go in a minute. 1:35. I'm heading off, guys. Kelvin Qatar needs to go to Qatar. He does. Kelvin Qatar, man. I mean, I think he actually stay at Qatar. I think it's Kelvin Qatar because get the hell out of here, mate. Because we have a politician called Bob Qatar, and he's got Lebanese ancestry, but he denies it. Look. All right, this is what you need to do, Mr. C. I don't know if you've heard of him before, but look up Bob Qatar. He's a very interesting politician. He talks about like the the crocodiles. He says every day in New Queensland, a person's getting eaten by a crocodile. Like, he's a very interesting politician. You should go watch some Bob Catter videos. He also met Pharrell Williams, which is really random. He wears a big hat, and he's been in the Australian House of Representatives since like 1990, and then he was also in the Queensland House of Representatives. So he's been in politics for like 50 years. I'd recommend watch some Bob Catter videos. He's a very interesting politician. But yeah, I'm going to head off now, guys. Good to talk to you guys again, and I'll try to be live very soon again. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.